Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Thursday, September 15th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 89. Coming up on OTB, former NFL running back Matt Forte joins the show at 7:30. We talk to Jumbo Ronnie Rance at 8 a.m. And Brandon Taylor of the LSU Sports Radio Network joins us at 8:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in to a brand new edition of OTB. It is Thursday, September 15th, and what a day it is. What a weekend it is, boys. Here we sit. You know, we always say on this show the weekend starts on Thursday. I think during football season, and even more especially, starts on Thursday, right? Because our football week kicks off tonight, and I got to be honest, Jake, I have not looked at the college slate for tonight. Maybe there's
not one.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe there's something in there, but there's a big boy tonight. Make no mistake about it. Chargers, Chiefs, in Arrowhead. Early on, battle of the Titans. Mahomes, Herbert. Jake's got the Bush League Bolts gear on, trying to bring some good vibes. The gold chain with the bolt is out. So we'll break it down a bit later in the show. We'll also, we during the show today are going to craft a Team OTB same game parlay. So if you want to ride with the boys, just stick around and we'll hand that out a bit later on in the show. I need a win. I need a win, Jake. So I need you to come up with that win because it feels like you win a lot. So I need you.
Okay.
How's everyone feeling today? Huh? Jake, feeling well?
I'm fantastic. It's game day. Like you mentioned, it is Chargers Chiefs, so you know what that means in my house, where you have everyone in the house rooting for the Chargers and Huddy Paul sitting there by his lonesome rooting for the Chiefs, but he's rooting like hell. I can promise you that. So it's always a fun night, and it's a game night for the kindergarten Longhorns.
Okay, hell yeah. So
a lot of football
what
for
does
us
that
tonight.
mean for you watching the game?
Oh, it's at 5:30. 5:30,
cool.
6:30. We're good.
All right,
We're
cool.
golden, Pony Boy.
All right, well, hell yeah, that's great to hear. Game night in more ways than one. Mario, how you feeling, dude?
Feeling good. Two straight really good matchups on Thursday Night Football. A lot of star power last week, and now a really good game this week.
Yeah, we'll go through our top 5 NFL games a bit later on in the program as well.
This is Amazon's debut, so we're going to get Al Michaels, we're going to get Herbie, you're going to get Kaylee Hartung, we're going to get the new crew. Yeah, they're before, right? They're
they're
the studio
yes.
Wit. Big Wit's there too, right?
It's Andrew Whitworth, Richard Sherman, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Pretty solid player trio there. Can I say this about Fitzpatrick? And I firmly enjoyed his sit-down. I actually listened to his sit-down with part of my take. I went out of my way to find it because I heard that he intimates that Russell Wilson has his own shower and own office in the Broncos building. Now, he kind of doesn't want to double down on it after he brings it up. He kind of feels like, maybe I shouldn't have exposed that, but whatever. That's why I wanted to seek it out. I wanted to see the extent of just how disconnected Russell Wilson is. Then we got the TikTok from Russell Wilson yesterday, which, did y'all see that?
No.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I have not.
What, the I care a lot?
The I care a lot TikTok? It's an all-time cringe post.
What is?
It's not good. I don't know.
We were warned by someone close to us.
I don't know, dude. But we can get. We'll show you the cringe post here in a bit. But whatever. The point is, I really like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I heard he had kind of an awkward interview with Lebs where they were asking about hurting his hip on the slide. He got pissed. I like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Where I'm going with this, and you know me, I love facial hair. I wish Ryan Fitzpatrick would shave his beard.
What?
Yeah.
Who are you and where's T-Bob?
I don't know. I'm just being honest about my feelings.
Why?
I'm not even saying that.
Do you remember what he looked like without a beard?
No. Or, I mean, I think he should shear his beard. Keep it closer. He would look great.
Papa Colin.
I know, dude. Look
No
at this.
backwards hat.
No backwards
shave
hat.
the beard.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
T-Bob.
looks so funny, dude.
He should not shave his beard.
No way. I mean, that kid's like 18, dude. Look at that kid.
I'm pretty sure he's 22.
Yeah.
at minimum.
Okay. Sorry. Huge difference.
Are you telling me you didn't look different? Y'all didn't look different at 18 to 22?
No. Wait.
Y'all didn't look different when y'all were 18 than when you were 22.
No. Bring up my pictures that were making the rounds on the internet the other day. That who dug them up?
Lindsay.
Yes, Lindsay Thompson dug them up. They're excellent. Well, whatever. Okay, no, don't go clean shaven. I changed my mind now that I'm seeing clean shaven. But I think he should tighten up a little bit. Just me. I had to get it off my chest. I know.
I hate all this.
Fight on.
Oh my God.
Fight on. Go USC. I hate Kentucky and I hate Kirk Cousins and I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is shit.
And NC State.
Have I missed anything yet?
NC State.
We're on the same boat on NC State. You need to
Oh, it's
back
because
off
you make
NC
a bet.
State.
It's because you made a bet.
You need to back off NC State. No, I don't dislike NC State, but just like do your job. Okay?
They did. Did you see
your job?
East Carolina had a big win in the second week.
I like the Pirates.
Okay.
I don't mind. Okay. Whatever. Danny, how you feeling? Well, I already asked.
They beat Old Dominion, by the way, who beat Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
East
that's
Carolina
right.
did.
That's right. Pirates are good. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
That ACC champ's good.
Oh, great. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick needs to come back for the Cowboys.
Yes, they could probably use a little Fitzmagic. I don't think you're wrong there. He did talk about that. It seems like with his body right now, he has no desire to play. Anyway, let's talk a little quarterback, though. For this hour, I want to start with a little LSU talk, a little Jaden Daniels versus Will Rogers talk. And it's more of a Jaden Daniels conversation because it caught some blowback yesterday online, Jake, when I tweeted out that Jaden Daniels does not play the position with much anticipation. That he needs guys to be wide open when he throws them. That is not so. I don't think that I worded it the best, right? And so there were a few people who jumped on me like, "Oh, what are you talking about? How could you possibly say?" And I think it's the latter half that is kind of confusing people. He doesn't need guys to be wide open in terms of like he will throw into tight windows, but it's only certain throws. Deep balls, seam routes. Like, think about that excellent back shoulder throw that he had to Keyshawn Butte that ended up getting broken up or Butte dropped, however you want to say it, on the first drive against Florida State. That was a great throw. That's a tight window. Keyshawn was not wide open, and he threw him open. So, yes, he can throw into some tight windows. What I mean is he does not throw those crossing routes and things of those natures where you find the hole in the zone where, like, you're watching, and although the receiver's about to cross behind the linebacker so it looks like the linebacker's in position, if you throw it to the spot, he's just going to run right behind him if you're good to go. And there were a few times in the Southern film where those routes were opening up and Daniels wasn't seeing him, wasn't throwing him, he was running. The thing about this is, though, there is no one way to play the quarterback position. There are multiple avenues to success. And the fact that he's not a very anticipatory thrower, I don't really care. Like, I don't need him to be something that he's not. His legs are dangerous enough, and he is good enough at throwing in the areas in which he excels, be it on something wide open, on the run, creating after scrambling, or like deep balls, or like I said, some of those seam routes that he's more comfortable with. Like, that's okay. He can still win a lot of games. He's still your best option to win games, and he can still be a very good quarterback. Even if there's elements of his game that are not going to be what you maybe traditionally are like, this is what I want to see. So, like, all I'm saying is that you have to accept that him running the ball and sometimes passing up throws that you think are open, you have to make peace with that because it's still going to be your best avenue to winning. I mean, am I off base here, Jake? You can tell me if you disagree here.
It's 2 games, and I'm sure that watching Will Rogers probably made you think more about this because it's something he does at an elite level. So you probably saw him do it, and you're comparing Jaden Daniels to that. And T-Bob's talking about, like, if you have a coverage and the linebacker has the middle half of the field and you have a 15, 18-yard dig route, you anticipate that throw, and you don't throw it over the linebacker. You throw it to the side of the linebacker. You throw it before the receiver passes the linebacker, and then he catches it after he's passed the linebacker. So I know what you're talking about.
Bring up the Jaden Daniels scramble touchdown against Southern. I want to get Jake's opinion on this, Danny.
Yeah, Matt and I actually broke that play down.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Was Kayshawn coming open over the middle there?
It was a busted coverage by the safety. He was there. So they were playing 2 up top. They were playing 4 down at the bottom. So they were playing cover 6, and the safety had an MA. So it makes it difficult to say for the quarterback what his read should have been, because if we had that play, and Danny's pulling it up now. So once Jack Bash goes vertical in quarters, we've taught you enough. Y'all should know this by now. In cover 4, on the bottom half of the screen, his eyes are supposed to go immediately to Jack Bash, but they weren't. They were on the quarterback. And so you had an MA, and it looked like Jaden was about to take off, realized the MA, and then kept the play alive and threw the ball down the field.
Oh, okay, you're talking about the best touchdown. I'm talking about when he ran. I'm talking about when he scrambled in.
I thought you were talking about this.
For a touchdown. No, the best touchdown is excellent. No, like if you have the wide view, let's get to, we can do this during the break and then bring it on air. But I mean, okay, so how do you feel? So are you saying that you think that Daniels will get better at anticipating these throws as the year goes on?
Like you said, there's so many different ways to play the quarterback position, and Will Rogers can't do this. And so when you have this,
that's what I'm saying. That's my entire point, is that I think Daniels is really good at that. So don't try to make him something he's not. Don't try to make him into Will Rogers. And me saying he's not an anticipatory thrower is not saying he's bad.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people reacted. It's like what
I mean, you had like you said in this play. I thought you said Bash, but yeah, if you go back, Danny, if you kind of bring that back just a little bit. You do have, because, again, that safety had a rough night all night long. I mean, he really did. He had his eyes in the backfield again, and that's why Kayshawn becomes open. Now, once you make this, you're more than in the pocket. I mean, you're hitting your offensive lineman as you're stepping up. Yes, that ball should have gone to Kayshawn, but it was a little bit later in the progression.
And, again, my whole point here is, all I'm saying is just accept that some routes will be missed like that, but Jaden Daniels will be able to do stuff like this. And it's still your best pathway to winning football games, is him being the quarterback. And I'm very excited to see what he's going to be able to do this weekend. Also, I mean, I got to be honest, Jake, after diving more into the LSU Southern film, the offensive line was fine, but there's still some really low mark points. Well, and that's where Daniels is going to. I mean, obviously, that's that's another reason why you have to love his ability to improvise.
But the clips that you sent, it's not a talent issue in most cases. In most cases, it's you've got to tell me why they're doing this, because you have the front side doing one thing, the back side doing another, and the tight end coming across the formation to cut off the backside. And it's like that just doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? You're all supposed to be going in one direction. The tight end is supposed to be cutting off the backside, and the tight end goes, there's nobody to cut off. And then, you have free blitzers who you're supposed to be reading off of, because if they're going to change the assignment. So it's assignment stuff. It's missed assignments and not necessarily like a physical. Now, there's some pass sets that you and I were going back and forth that were bad, but
yeah,
more of it is MAs, which, yeah, you can get cleaned up, but also, like, you're going into game 3. You can't have that.
But also, like, I didn't feel like there were a ton of MAs against Florida State, and I wonder if that's a byproduct of the
switching guys,
the center switch. I don't know. I unfortunately, I'm not overly impressed with Mississippi State's D-line. Like against Scone T last night, Matt tried to call them a very good D-line. I'm not there with them after watching them. Unfortunately, I don't know where I'm at with LSU's offensive line.
What was Matt's reasoning?
I don't know. I just kind of think like accepted kind of take. I can't remember exactly why he said it. I mean, look, they have size, right? They're like an SEC D-line. Don't get me wrong. I think they're a solid middle of the pack SEC D-line. I just don't – I don't know, man. I'm having a bit of a crisis of confidence in the offensive line right now. And they can prove me wrong. Like, I would love nothing more than for them to come out and handle this Mississippi State defensive line, because I think this State defense can be got. They've been pretty good this year, but there are some drives, like go look at the Arizona opening drive where they just handle State the entire time. There are some drives. I mean, there are points to be had if you can take advantage. And also where I'm judging State, Jake, comes from really them versus Florida State's defensive line. And I do not think from watching both games that they are on that level. So if nothing else, the offensive line should feel good knowing that they've had a tougher test here early on.
I mean, the two guys we talked about earlier in the week, Tyrus Wheat, he had 7.5 sacks last year. Nathan Pickering is someone who had 4 sacks.
Pickering's solid.
A year ago.
He's number 22, a bit of an odd number there.
Tyrus Wheat's the one for me. He's the guy that I think is going to be a Sunday player. But they do have – look, they returned all of their starters on the defensive front. I agree with you. It's not the best in the SEC by any means.
Do you think it's as good as Florida State?
It's similar. I don't know that I would put it above it.
I've seen that, dude.
I don't know that I put it above it. I think it's similar, and it would be right underneath it more than it would be right above it.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't put it above it, dude. I don't know. When I've been watching, nobody looks to have the.
It's
they're
not
bad, but it's not
the
like
totality of it is not as good as Florida State. But those two players could play for Florida State. So no, the depth and the totality. No, it's not there with Florida State. But you do have two players that I would definitely pay attention to that can get after the quarterback.
Well, and the thing is, it's an offensive line that maybe will let you get after the quarterback. So that's it's like.
Tyrus Wheat plays that the 3-3-5, but he's the guy that if they do walk someone to make it a 4-down front, it's going to be him. So technically he's a Sam linebacker, but in a 3-3-5, he's going to be your walk-around guy.
Yeah.
Right? Now, for LSU, they have to say, okay, anytime that you see number 2, he's down. Number 2 is down. I don't care where he lines up. These are the 3 down. Number 2, you're the 4th down. I don't care where you're at.
Yeah.
Because you don't want Tyrus Wheat ending up on a running back or really even a tight end with the way LSU's tight ends have pass protected so far.
And if you were having MAs against Southern, I mean, the 3-3-5 can be a little confusing for some of the reasons that you're discussing now. So I hope they have that all ironed out. It's a bit odd here because I know what I feel like Mississippi State is, and I feel like they're a pretty damn good team. I still don't know what I feel like LSU is. It's just such a small sample size. Kind of like the New Orleans Saints, right? They had 3 quarters of bad and 1 quarter of really good. So there's even kind of a night and day effect there. Again, watching the Southern film was fine, but didn't really move me in either way. It was nice to see special teams gets cleaned up and get a little clarity on the quarterback position, sure. My biggest fear with LSU right now, Jake, because we can sit here and talk about how LSU is more talented than Mississippi State. And they will probably have more players in the NFL. And I get that. But a lot of that talent resides in a position group that I'm not sure how much you can unlock them at this point, and that is wide receiver. And so LSU is going to have to prove it to me this weekend that, okay, I don't care if you got more. Talent means nothing if you can't get them the ball, right? So I need this offensive line to do a good enough job to give Daniels time to take advantage of your single greatest strength on the football field, which is that position group. So I'm obviously optimistic. You know, I would love for LSU to come and do things that I haven't seen them do with more consistency yet this year, and I would love for them to tackle well and the linebackers to cover well. But yeah, there are major questions going into this weekend.
What's your biggest concern? Is it the offensive line?
Yes, on that side of the ball, yes. And by extension, not being able to take advantage of Neighbors, Booty, Besh. Like, I need those guys to get the ball.
You're going to have other positions outside of your strongest position step up because even with Mason Smith out, I still think your defensive line is a strength of yours. And in a game like this, it's going to be 3 versus 5 a lot, right? So even that unit that has a lot of advantages won't have as many because they're going to be down a rusher a lot of the time. And Will Rogers gets the ball out of his hands extremely fast. Now, this is going to be – now, the corners in the first couple of games been a great surprise.
Yeah.
I feel like the corners have played really, really well. They're starting to find their own. Sevyn Banks might be available for this game, so maybe you even add a body to that position. So that's who you have to count on. You have to count on the corners defensively, make sure – because last year they did a fantastic job keeping everything in front of them. I remember, they tried to throw at the nickel multiple times, and it didn't work for Mississippi State. So Greg Brooks and that whole crew, they've got to have their best game to date. And then offensively, right, if Mississippi State's getting after you a little bit, you're gaining a new weapon in the backfield with John Emery. What can you do, right?
Yeah.
The 3-3-5 is not a defense that does well with physicality. Can you, because offensive line-wise, and Brian Kelly said it, you don't have your most athletic group, but you do have a big group. You have a strong group. Can you be physical at the point? Can you allow your running backs to get going? We haven't seen that, but there has not been a point of emphasis. In the first game, you couldn't do it. You were playing from behind. You felt like you were probably playing catch-up the entire game. In the second game, you ran the ball well, but it's the opponent. We're not going to give you credit. And Brian Kelly said as much. You're not going to get a lot of credit for running the ball against an FCS opponent. Just not going to happen. So we don't really know what the running game is really after 2 games. So
exactly,
this is a big one. I don't know what John Emery's going to do as far as the amount of plays that he's going to play, whatever it might be, but I would love to see him get involved. If it's 15 plays, get him in space. He's got something different than anybody else in that room. There's talented backs. There's 4 talented backs in that room. He's different. I know he's not going to play. I know he's, and get 25 carries. He shouldn't. I understand that. Get him in space. Allow him to be the athlete that he is. I would love to see that change up.
And we'll talk more LSU Southern a bit later in the show. There's a nice little 20-minute chunk. Put it up on YouTube, Danny. Subscribe to the Off the Bench YouTube channel. And if you're in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat right now, go ahead and hit that like button. All right. I hope to get him next segment when we get back. Now it'll be the segment after that. But we're going to talk to Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame inductee Matt Forte here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Any plumbing problems? Well, you already know. The answer is your friends at Central Plumbing. Centralplumbing.org is the site. Oh, the man said we look like 2 shades of cotton candy. Pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, no free laughs over there, Mario.
If you eat too much cotton candy, and then you clog up your toilet or something, you call Central Plumbing, okay? And you don't lift a finger. Licensed, bond insured, flat rate pricing. They're the best. They've been at it forever, y'all. CentralPlumbing.org.
CentralPlumbing.org is the site. 225-925-8552 is the number. Not only in emergencies, if you're looking to upgrade, they can help you out. If you want to go tankless with a tankless water heater, they've got that covered as well. Go ahead, get it scheduled today. CentralPlumbing.org, 225-925-8552.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Mike Triplett will join us to talk Saints. Our Fantasy Blitz returns, and we'll take a closer look at Mississippi State. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Is this what you wanted?
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, little Lost Woods, bringing you back a little Zerda. Really excited here in a couple of minutes. We should be getting a call from Matt Forte. Chicago Bear legend, Tulane Green Wave legend, rushed for over 2,000 yards in 23 tuds, Jake, in 2007. How about that? I know a lot of us remember that LSU Tulane game. Bit of a sleepy Saturday in which Matt
I don't know how many people
dominated.
actually remember it. Bourbon the night before, early game, but he was a beast in college.
Yes, he was,
and the pros.
and the NFL for sure. Two-time Pro Bowler, one of the best pass-catching running backs to ever do it. Named to the 100 greatest Bears of all time, too.
Oh, wow.
Which is like you're making
They've
100
got
greatest
more,
Bears. That's a big boy.
They have more wins than any other team, I believe, in football history.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure the
It's
Bears
crazy
do.
because they've been so bad now for a while, actually. Like they've had a couple up years here recently, but I don't know. Nice win, week 1 for Chicago. But we'll talk to Forte in a second.
Yeah, the Bears, 783 wins since 1920.
Coming up this Sunday at noon, boys, Superman, Kryptonite on display once again. Saints, Bucks. And for whatever reason, this New Orleans Saints team has always given Tom Brady problems. In 9 career games versus New Orleans Saints, Tom Brady is 4-5 with a pedestrian passer rating of just 88. 17 touchdowns to 11 picks. If you look at the last 4 regular season games since Tom Brady joined Tampa Bay, in game number 1, Jake, he comes out there, 65% completion, 240, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. 78. Okay, nice. I think we got Matt on the phone. We will pick back up a bit later on with this Brady Kryptonite discussion. Right now, let's go to the phone lines where there is a new Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame class just got announced yesterday, and one of the headliners, like I said, Chicago Bear legend, Tulane legend, Matt Forte. Matt, what's up, man? How you doing today? Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and I'm doing well.
Hey,
honored to have this accolade.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. It's one of the many accolades that you have earned in your life. You do a lot of great philanthropic work with What's Your Forte Foundation and everything that gets involved in. But I want to. So Matt, we were both members of the 2007 LSU football team, and I will never forget going to the Superdome that morning and watch you run roughshod over a very good LSU defense. What are your memories of that game? A season in which you went for over 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was a good game and fun to be in the dome. And obviously, we knew going into it that most of the dome would be filled up with LSU fans. But I went into that game that day because every time we played an SEC team, I circled that one on the schedule because I wanted to. Obviously, coming out of high school, wanted to play in the SEC, but unfortunately, or actually fortunately, I got one scholarship offer to go to Tulane, and so it was a blessing in disguise. I got to follow in my father's footsteps to play at Tulane, and it was just added fuel to the fire. So whenever we played, Mississippi State, Auburn, or LSU, I always circle those games on my list.
All right, Matt. So you were teammates with one of our 2007 brethren as well in Chicago, Craig Stelz. Were you a translator for Craig Stelz once he got out to Chicago so anyone could understand what he was saying?
Yeah, definitely. It was funny because Peanut Tillman went to ULL and he could understand him, but sometimes he was still, "Hey Forte, what is Craig saying?" And I was like, I had to help him out a little bit.
Oh man! And then so
I was like, I do speak Cajun.
Yes.
And then from Tulane, you found your way to Chicago, Matt. And I mean, now, bro, 100 greatest Bears of all time, 2-time Pro Bowler, just a dominant force in the NFL. How does that work? So you have one scholarship offer coming out of high school, and then you go on to be a 10-year NFL warrior, ended up in the most storied franchise, 100 greatest, a couple of Pro Bowl. Like, how does that happen? And we see it all the time in the league now where, like, guys coming out of high school, not very highly rated, and then they go on to be these NFL greats. How do you interpret that?
Yeah, I think obviously the recruiting process is not foolproof. I think back then, too, it was kind of the first generation of like a lot of skill players, running backs, receivers, quarterbacks, and things of that nature, coming out of smaller schools, not so to speak like the SEC or the Big 12 or the Big 10, Pac-12 and all that. And they were finding these jewels coming out of these smaller schools, and so it kind of started a trend after like 2007, 2008, and then I think the recruiting process went towards, well, let's look at some of these smaller schools because even though they may not play consistently in a large league, there's some good players there, So, I think the recruiting process is what it is. I'd rather have consistency than a lot of hype coming out of high school and stuff like that. So, it only takes one offer. And same thing when you go through the draft process. It only takes one team to like you to select you. So, you make the most of that opportunity.
Now, Matt, you and I played together in the Senior Bowl, and we were both in the running back room. And I know having conversations with you, like you wanted to go out there, you wanted to prove that you belonged with the best of the best, and you had a hell of a week, and obviously you get drafted really early there by the Bears. What was that week like for you? Because of all the things you're talking about, right? Undervalued out of high school, you go to Tulane, you're a star, and then you go to the Senior Bowl where you're playing against guys from USC, Penn State, wherever they might be from. And I know that you wanted to have a big week that week. You did, and then parlay that into getting drafted high.
Yeah, it was fun. It was actually a good challenge to me because I wanted to see what the talent was like at the next level, or the guys that were at these big schools, that big time football programs, and so I wanted to challenge them, but also to test myself out there most of all, because most of as we know, we're our own biggest competition. So it was fun to go out there and. To me, coming out from a smaller school like Tulane, I didn't really have a lot to lose. It was just a lot to gain. And so I took it as that, from that point of view, like if I go out there and show out, then the draft stock goes up.
Well, and it did go up, and then you get drafted, Matt, and it's kind of crazy, man. You want to talk about usage? Your rookie year in the NFL, the Bears rushed you 316 times, and you caught 63 balls, dude. Like, What was that like going from, you know, CUSA to then all of a sudden not only are you playing on the highest level of football, but like you are the engine on the highest level of football?
Yeah, I was prepared for it because I think my senior year I had about 350 or 330 touches at Tulane, and that was only 10, 11 games or whatever. So I ran for 2,000 and then back to back went 300, almost 400 touches. The off season training and stuff really had to prepare me for that, and I was ready for it. And then, as you see throughout my career, that I think the first 4 years with the Bears, I was like the leading receiver and rusher.
Yep.
And so to go and to have to do that, I kind of look back and say, man, if I didn't have to do so much, maybe I might have played 12 or 15 years, been like Frank Gore out there. But shoot, I was worn out by then.
Hey, I was about to ask. That's going to be my next question, man. I played 6 years, and I know what it feels like getting out of the bed. You played 10 years, and you got hit way more than I did. Like, how's it feeling now? Like, how's the body feel? That's a long time, Matt, at that position. I think the lifespan for that position is 2.3 years. It's the lowest of any position in the NFL, and you got a decade.
Damn.
Yeah, I still feel good. I get up early in the morning. I still get my workouts in. It's become a lifestyle, and that's how I've approached, when I played the game, too, is that, you train in the off season, you prepare yourself for that battle that you're going to go through that season every year. And so I often in the open field too, I would try to make guys miss so that I could take it to distance. And when I had to, I put my head down, but I really was trying to actually my college coach, Greg Davis Jr. At Tulane, was telling me that the really good running backs, the great running backs, never take a square shot. So you always take a guy on half a shoulder, half a body. So I really took that to heart and really implemented that into my running style.
Yeah, I love to hear that. Matt, that wasn't in my repertoire. I didn't have that ability, so there was only one thing I could do. So you had that, and I did not. So
yeah, I feel like work done was always like incredible at that. Like he never got squared up. It felt like ever wanted to. Not being his size maybe helped as well. Matt, what's it mean, man? Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame to be inducted. What was it like when you got the call?
It was great because actually one of my college roommate, Mike Parrington, who's with the Saints right now, his uncle Mickey is on the board, and so we was in college playing at Tulane. I mean, he was like our go-to guy, like our biggest fan, and he would go to the games and support us and all that stuff. And so for him to call me and to put me on the phone with the guys too was an honor to hear from him. And, just to represent Louisiana, I was born there, grew up my whole life, and went to college there. I didn't leave until after college to go to play in the pros. So predominantly, the large chunk of my life has been in Louisiana. And so to represent something that represent where I come from and to have this honor to be in the Sports Hall of Fame down there is something that I can show my kids and they can show their kids. So it's something that builds a legacy. And that's what life is about, building that legacy.
All right. Yeah. How many family members are we going to have at the induction? I've got to assume you still got a lot of family in Louisiana. That's always one of my favorite parts of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is seeing the family members and also like what it means to them because, obviously you were out there grinding, but they were with you on that journey the entire way.
Oh, man, it's going to be huge because my mom is one of 12. I got a lot of uncles. I got a lot of cousins. I got a lot of aunts and uncles there. So everybody will be out there. And it's something good for them, too. They can be a part of it and they can tell their stories about when I was little. And, some of them might not be true. Some of them may be true. I have to decide when they tell them. So,
Matt Forte, legend, Bears legend, Tulane legend, now Louisiana Sports Hall of Famer. Matt, thanks so much for waking up with us this morning, man.
No doubt, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Matt.
All right, take it easy. 10-year NFL.
Man, a great human being. I'm talking great human being.
What's Your Forte? His organization does some really great work with the community in Chicago, trying to help improve the relationship to community and police officers. One of many things that they do.
So we were in the Senior Bowl together. It was me, it was him, it was Tashard Choice, Peyton Hillis. We were the running backs there for the South team, and he was great to spend a lot of time with that week. And then you keep up with each other. I know Craig Stelch really enjoyed him, said so many great things about him as a teammate, and he was such a dude at Tulane, yes, but in the NFL, you're talking about somebody that had 1,000 yards, I think it was 6 times in his NFL career, and he mentioned it, like 63 catches, 57, 51, 52, 102 catches in 2014.
Yeah, who is it here in the chat? James Whit Fortenberry, Bayou Fort YouTube chat, says one of 3 players with 1K rush yards and 100 catches in a season.
He had 554 receptions in his career.
Sheesh. That's wild, bro. Shout out Matt Forte. Huge things coming on. Okay, y'all are going to be angry at us because we just went so long these first 2 segments. These next 2 are going to be a little short.
That was the second segment?
Yes, we got to go to break.
Oh, boy.
We got to go to break. We got to go now.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
But yeah, you look down glassbody.com. You got a couple long boys there to start with, okay? And we'll get back to start hour 2. DGBauto.com, DGBauto.com, Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Look, man, for all your mechanical work, you already know where you want to go, and it's down there in Deville, okay? I don't care if it's an Earl change, tires, wheels, brakes, like anything like that. If you need to, when I was pushing my vehicles to 200,000 miles, Jake, the only reason they made it was Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Extend the life of your vehicle, and then any towing needs, they got your back as well. Also, go look at the online reviews, DonaldsonvilleGlassandBody.com.
Yeah, I've got one of those same situations. Steve, have an older vehicle, and they have helped it so many times. Stay on the road, making sure everything is on the up and up, and there's a reason they've been doing it since 1977, and it doesn't matter, right? Big, small, everywhere in between, tires, tire rotations, whatever you need, oil change, they got you covered, dgbauto.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Come on over to Corval Toyota in Opelousas and meet with one of our sales specialists to build your new Toyota. It's easy and stress-free. Or if you're looking for a pre-owned, we have a wide variety. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
They said I was small, weak, said my heart wasn't strong enough. But I showed them what heart looked like, again and again and again. Mom got me the right care, the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Don't let people tell you who you are. Show them the right card, the right care.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
barbecue guys. For those who were born to
Jimmy Ott and Charles Henniger for the Thursday evening edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're downtown at Jolly Pearl Oyster Bar on north facing Town Square. Game Time, 6 to 8 p.m. presented by Bet Rivers on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, T-Bob, Jake Mark, Danny hanging out the day. Like I said, we got a couple of short segments here. Sorry we went so long on our Jaden Daniels LSU Southern dive, which will be up on YouTube. You can go check that out. And then, obviously, I mean, you got Matt Forte. You want to chop it up with the Bears legend. Craig Granger in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, Jake says, Jake, was Devin Hester really that fast?
My cousin?
Yeah, your cousin. Yeah, Hester's. Couple speedsters.
There's evidence. I did catch him from behind on a punt return. We will dig that up, and we will play that for you today.
Yes.
I was running full tilt.
From behind.
He, might have been not running full tilt, but doesn't matter. There's video evidence. So the thing
Can't
about
be that fast.
The thing about Devin, I'm way faster than you. The thing about Devin, he was full speed at all times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you've seen gliders, like he was a glider. Like there was never a moment when he wasn't like really side to side, north south. It didn't matter in his cuts. Like it was full speed from the second step.
Yeah.
And that's what makes guys like that
That's the great
different.
punt returners.
Deshaun Jackson was like that too.
Yeah.
He's like, bop, bop, full speed.
Dante Hall.
Dante
What a
Hall.
beast that one year, dude. I mean, I know he was a beast other years, but there was that 1 year where you could not kick.
The same thing with Sproulsy. Sproulsy be full speed after, and such short legs, and everybody's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. No. Sproulsy, boom,
I mean,
full speed.
Sproles literally looks like a cartoon. Like he looks like when Speedy Gonzalez runs and his legs just become a blur. You know what I'm talking about? Like that was Darren Sproles playing in the NFL. I'll never forget the Dante Hall punt. This is a highlight to bring up, Danny, where they tried to kick it out of bounds and he stands at the edge and he catches it to keep it from going out of bounds, and then he returns it for a touchdown. It was like, oh my God, what are you supposed to do, dude? Scooter Rushing. Hey, guys, could y'all give a Hey, happy birthday to Seth Rushing. Love you, Seth. You have great taste in shows if you enjoy Off the Bench. I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Seth, from your friends here on Off the Bench. Nick Malonzo says, what about the beer man with the Saints? Yeah, Michael Lewis had that for sure. Look, if you're returning kicks or touchdowns in the NFL, your ability to get to top speed very quickly is elite. So, yeah.
Fair.
All right. We got to go to break. And when we get back, we'll close out hour number 1. We got Ronnie Rand kicking off hour 2. We're going to talk to Brandon Taylor as well. His 2011 reunion coming up this weekend. And
the old 11-year reunion.
At 8:30 as well. The old 11-year, 2011, 11 years. Get it? TB, more next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. I love my Murdered Out Mini. Actually got a flat tire randomly yesterday. Not entirely sure how. So today I'll be putting the spare on. And then it's cool, man. I just bring it in All-Star and Tom Wagaspack and the men and women over there going to take care of it for me. So if you want to join the family, get that excellent warranty coverage, that service I'm talking about. Whether it's new, used, doesn't matter. You get it either way. You want to go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
You out there off-roading in the Murdered Out Mini?
My wife brought it back with a flat tire last night. I don't know. She don't know what happened. Just been unlucky.
Well, lucky for you, you have All-Star Toyota that you can go to, and they can get it fixed. Buying, leasing, and renting. Check out those per-day rental prices we tell you about every single day. If you need it only for 6 hours, they got you covered. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
As a community bank, B1 Bank invests in relationships with the people and businesses we proudly represent. Our B1 bankers are here to help simplify the complicated, understand your needs, and make managing your finances easier. At B1 Bank, we offer an array of solutions to help simplify your transaction needs. B1 Bank, one highly personal banking experience. Visit us online at b1bank.com for more information.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The prep football season, and we get you started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview presented by the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Catholic High and U High kick off at 7, and that's immediately followed by the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
We're back to OTB. Dude, this is kind of blowing my mind here a little bit. I randomly just got some articles sent my way about how during the pandemic, a lot of men have been getting surgery to make themselves taller, 3 to 6 inches taller. But how you do it, and this is where we have to wonder, has science gone too far? How you do it, Jake, is they break your femurs, and then they stick a titanium rod in there, and for 90 days, it's remote controlled, the rod is, and for 90 days, it lengthens like 1 millimeter a day with the remote control, and so you literally break your bones and then stretch them out at such a slow pace that your bones rebuild and regrow longer.
To be taller?
To be 3 to 6 inches taller.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I had a girl and a collar.
Yeah, I mean,
but not like that.
What?
Not like that.
Like, I mean, I hope that it works. In the article that I'm reading, the guy that they open with is 9 months out and he can still kind of barely walk. But they said it's been popping off that during the pandemic, everybody's just showing up and there's a lot of people who are coming out a little bit taller.
I mean, God, let Short King season be.
I know. That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, at a certain point, and it's like anywhere from $70,000 to $150,000.
What?
Sheesh, dude. I don't think. I don't know. It's like I said, man. And then here's the other thing. You are taller, but proportionally, you're gonna look pretty weird, right?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you're gonna have like these arms that kind of hang down to your hips. Or I guess your arms would maybe hang in the same place anyway, because you're not messing with your hips. But like, yeah, it'd be like, it would be close to your hips, right? I don't know.
Maybe if you have a long torso and short legs, it wouldn't look crazy.
Then you just even it out. Just even it out at that point.
I don't know. Just be Short King.
I agree. Let's all learn to be comfortable in ourselves. Hour 2 Vote TV next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge. They can't make you taller, but they won't make your wallet smaller, as they got the best deals when it comes to all of your AC, heating, and electrical issues. They got the best service, too. That's why they say service to the highest degree. It's plastered over everything they do. But it's not just lip service, y'all. They mean it. And just, if you don't believe me, try it out for yourself. Like, put it to the test. I don't care. You're like, T-Bob, you're paid to say this. Okay, that's fine. Go look at the online reviews. But even if you don't believe it, then just call Accutemp next time you have any AC, heating, or electrical problems, and you're going to be like, holy crap. T-Bob was right, and I believe him now, and I'm never going anywhere else.
Go to AccutempBR.com, AccutempBR.com, right there on the website. If you're at work, maybe already, you can't pick up the phone, give them a call. A chat is going to pull up as soon as you get on the website. You can schedule online. You can make appointments right there. You don't have to even pick up the phone, AccutempBR.com.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style.
Oh, yeah!
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Thursday, September 15th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 89. Coming up on OTB, we talk to Jumbo Ronnie Rance up next, and Brandon Taylor of the LSU Sports Radio Network joins us at 8:15. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Right now, let's do a quick check-in. We got Brandon Taylor coming up next. Do a quick check-in with our guy, Ronnie Rance, leader of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. We got a new 2023 class. Features Alana Beard, Paul Bird, Walter Davis, Wendell Davis, Matt Forte, Walter Imahara, Paul Maneri, Eli Manning, Ron Washington. How about it? ML Woodruff. What's up, man? What's going on, Ronnie? How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, man. Yeah, and Elena Beard as well on there. I mean, it's a
got her.
10-person class. It's a lot of baseball. We go some years and even a couple of years where we don't have any baseball people. We kind of seem like we made up for that this year. It just kind of worked out that way, the way the voting structure worked. And we got Ron Washington from New Orleans, of course, 70 years old, managed in the big leagues. He's with the Braves now as a World Series ring, big supporter of baseball in the New Orleans area, does a lot for the urban development of it. You got ML Woodruff, 11-time state champion, who retired too soon at Parkview Baptist. He would have had many, many more in the high school ranks. You got Paul Bird, of course, who still holds the record for most wins in a single season at LSU.
Oh, wow.
He set that back in 1990 and played 14 years in the big leagues, former All-Star. And then, of course, Paul Maneri, and we all know what he's done, winning a national championship and 1,500-plus wins in his career. So a lot of baseball. And then football, I'm an old guy, so Wendell Davis is a big name. He was set all kind of records for LSU in the late 80s, catching passes. Would have had an even more successful career, but in year 6 in the NFL, he busted up both of his legs on that, and went on the old turf at Veterans Stadium. And then, of course, Eli Manning, everybody knows about him and his 2 Super Bowls. And then Matt Forte, who rushed for over 2,000 yards one year in college, and then, of course, had a stellar career with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a class you put together, Ron. Help us out here. How does this work in terms of, do people – like how do they react when they get the call, right? Because it is varying levels of kind of like for some people, this is the biggest thing they'll ever be honored with in their entire life. And then there's like an Eli Manning, he's like a 2-time Super Bowl champ. What's that process like when you're calling them and telling them this is going down?
Yeah, I mean, it ranges from, shock and awe to tears to very somber and humble. But everybody, Eli included, are very touched by it. Eli Manning's story is interesting. They'll be the only father and 2 sons in the Hall of Fame. I mean, there's Burt Jones and his dad, Dub Jones. That's another father-son, and then there's a couple. There's another track father-son combo, but the Hardings. But that's it. I mean, so they've kind of got their own deal, and Archie's been a big supporter of the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame for years, so it's a big deal for them. But, yeah, I mean, Paul Maneri, he was he moved to tears. He was in shock.
Hell yeah.
Everybody, Matt Forte, blown away, when we called him. And he had some ties to a couple of our board members going back to childhood, so it meant a lot to all of these people. But you're right, varied stages of reaction, but all very, very happy and excited to be in.
Jumbo, somebody like Paul Burr, he has the resume to go in as a player, but now he does a great job for the Braves, and he's on their call. Do things like that go into it as well?
Yeah, I think I think it's like a tie goes to the runner type thing. I mean, if it got between Paul and somebody else, but Yeah, no, I definitely, and unfortunately, being here in Baton Rouge, unless you got the MLB package or something, or you're really tapped in, you may not see a lot of his work. But the fact that he's been doing it for such a long time and he's done it at such a high level, I think helps. But in his case, he got in truly on his merit. That the TV stuff really didn't get brought up that much in the conversation.
Well, maybe we could expand the broadcasting, just maybe put a little more weight on that, Ron. I was SEC honorable mention.
There's some rodeo clown or some offshore fisherman's going to get in for us, T-Bob. We've learned that.
Dude. No, I mean, if Jake doesn't get put in, Ron, then it's time to burn the thing to the ground.
Well, I mean,
when is Jake getting? Come on,
time.
dude.
A lot of these. Look, Walter Imahara is going in, and I know a lot of people. Well, who's Walter Imahara?
Okay, I want to ask you about Walter. So go in depth on this.
He's 87, 88 years old, still live in better shape than all three of us, for sure.
Hell yeah.
Lives in the Lafayette area. He unbelievable story. Grew up in the Japanese internment camps during World War II, and then went on to be a 6-time national champion in weightlifting. And it started his career at USL, or with SLI back then in the 50s, the late 50s, won multiple national championships in weightlifting in the 50s, and then went on not only just at SLI, but competed into his 60s, and then became the head of the National Weightlifting Association for the United States. Damn. So this guy had literally spent a lifetime in the sport, but it started over at SLI, now University of Louisiana Lafayette, and has been, an unbelievable ambassador for the sport.
That's a great story, and that's what makes Hall of Fame, like the Louisiana Hall of Fame, so great, right? It's not just your huge names that you realize off the top, like in Eli Manning. It is also these stories that are deserving of a Hall of Fame, but maybe aren't in some of the mainstream sports.
I know Jacob knows of Elena Beard, who's going into the Hall of Fame. I mean, people in South Louisiana talk about Simone Augustus. People in North Louisiana talk about Elena Beard, who played at Southwood High School. Unbelievable player. Probably just before you were in high school, I would think, huh, Jacob?
Yeah, we were around the same time. There would be people that, they'd go to her games in droves. I mean, it was like must-see basketball. Yeah, I'm talking about like people that had games later that night. They would go to her game first, watch her, and then go to their games. I mean, you would have Southwood absolutely packed in the gymnasium just to watch her, and then goes and has a hell of a college career as well.
Yeah, played at Duke and then played in WNBA forever and Team USA. I'm just lefty, fantastic player. And actually, speaking of Simone, she'll be eligible to be on the ballot next year. I have a feeling she'll probably
I was about to say, I got a pretty good feeling about that one.
Is Jake eligible to be on the ballot yet?
I've been eligible. Me and Matt Forte are the same year.
Unreal, dude.
Jumbo and I did a lot of radio together.
Unreal. He's number 18, Jumbo.
Got my own national radio show, and I guess that doesn't matter.
Jake. I'm pushing. I'm only one vote out of 40. I'm pushing.
I mean, look, I'm sure Tim Brando somewhere up there can, push some weight around. Gordy, I think, has been on the board at one time or another. I mean, what are we doing here?
Tim Grindo. Watch out.
Oh, he is.
Watch
out.
Yeah. Timmy boy.
Jump around.
Yeah, he gets hyped and jump around. I don't know if you've seen the video, but you should look up Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman and Madison last week. Ronnie, I'll text it to you.
Okay, please.
Ron, so wait, what'd you get called to Natchitoches for? What's going on up there?
No, we just it's called the CPA meeting there, T-Bob.
Oh, excellent. Very fun.
Taking care of finances for the museum
fun.
that will keep the doors open.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
were you on time for the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Jumbo.
It out,
hey, starting to turn over a new leaf here, Jumbo. It's a couple times in a row.
Well, look. Go ahead,
I saved my big boy, time show, for the big meeting.
Wow,
yeah. So us little people, I got you.
Well, look, we will never rest until you induct Jake into the Hall of Fame. But you have done a hell of a job here with this 2023
that's a hell of a class,
Ron.
Ronnie.
It is awesome, man. I know how much work goes into this. So excellent job to you and your entire team. And let everybody know kind of what's coming up for the Sports Hall of Fame and how people can get involved.
Well, first off, the 2023 Hall of Fame induction weekend will be July 27th through 29th. That's the last Thursday, Friday, Saturday in July next year. Normally it's in June. We had to move it back to that date because of the Manning Passing Academy. We didn't want to have Eli miss or just show up for one of the 8 events. So we adjusted it, no problem there. But we'll have a couple golf tournaments, one this fall, October 30th and 31st at LeBears and University Club. Thanks to Brandon Holly and the gang over at Relief Windows. And then we'll have another one in North Louisiana in the spring. So we'll get the details out when that's finalized, probably in the Shreveport area. So we're going to have those 2 events. And then, of course, we'll have 8 events next summer honoring the 2023 class. People can get more info at lasportshall.com, lasportshall.com.
Yeah, and you can go read about the new class there, too. Absolutely fantastic job. Again, Cajun Merck says, I love Matt Forte, but how's he in before Jake? That Florida game alone should make him a first ballot.
Matt had a season in the NFL where he caught over 100 passes. So, I had like 8 one year.
Hey, that's 8 more than I had.
There you go.
That's 8 more than a lot of us had.
That's right.
Okay? Jumbo, take it easy, man.
Thanks for the help. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All
Ronnie.
right, coming up next, we going to talk to my guy, Brandon Taylor, 2011 honorary captain, coming up this week. And we'll talk to BT about some old 2011 memories as well as what he sees out of this LSU team. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
ITI's got all these programs. Once I started and learned everything about the school, it was worth it.
The challenges that ITI presented me with, it allowed me to build myself up.
All because of ITI, I actually was able to get a job within 3 months before graduation in my field.
Get the hands-on training you need for the job you've always wanted. With so many companies hiring right now, it's the perfect time to come to ITI Technical College. Enroll today for a better life.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt and Hill. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile. on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them.
For a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill, Luke Johnson, the Advocate, on the Saints, Jenna Lane of ESPN on the Bucks, and we start diving into Mississippi State. Hunt and Hill, 1 to 3 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Right now, it is my pleasure. We got one number 18 on the show. It is my pleasure to welcome in another one. Talking about the legend, Brandon Taylor, captain of the 2011 LSU football Tigers, SEC champs, played for Natty. The 2011 team will be honored this weekend against Mississippi State. It's going to be a ton of fun. Hope to see a lot of the old boys. And Brandon Taylor will be one of the captains on the field. BT, what's up, man? Thank you so much for joining us.
What's going on, T-Bob? How's it going on your end, big dog?
All good. All good. I know we were texting, obviously getting excited for Saturday. Going to see the boys Friday, have some beers, everything. It's going to be a great time.
Hey, Brandon, before we get started, can we get Fave to go to a 2X shirt? I mean, y'all sitting up there in the radio booth trying to do the pre- and post-game show. Look, you wear your stuff like it's the old school Under Armour as well, but you got muscles. Fave ain't got no muscles. Can we get him to add an X to that shirt?
Now, I'm going to let you know right now, it is an XL. That's a 3X. We will have to get a bed sheet.
It is, I mean, but to be honest, it doesn't help Fave that it's BT next to him.
It doesn't. He needs to sit closer to Hunt and not Brandon.
The Taylor brothers have the biggest arms in the entire world. Like, this is known. This is
wait. Who's got it now? You or Kurt?
I think he still got me. He got
Kurt,
he ever been a 6'3", 6'4", so he can hold a lot more weight than I can.
I don't know if it's because I was so young at the time, but in my mind, Kurt's still like 7 feet tall. Yeah. And his arms like hang down to his knees, and they're just these thick pythons. It's unreal, bro. Hey, so BT, man, real quick on this weekend, pretty cool stuff, right? How excited are you? Going to be back at Tiger Stadium, walking out to the coin toss, man? You fired up?
Oh yes, because you got to think, T-Bob. Ever since the national championship, it's always just been something that's been lingering over our head.
Yep.
But you got to think the past 10 years, like. To this day, I still have not watched that film.
No.
So it's just going to feel good to be back in the stadium with the guys that you worked so hard for that entire year and our entire 4 or 5 years at LSU. And you got to think, T-Bob, just think about the camp that we went through that year. That was the worst football camp I ever went through my entire life.
BT, which camp? The one in the fall or the one before the Natty?
The one in the
I mean, the 50 practices before the Natty were brutal. We were scrimmaging, full tackle. I was like, what?
And that's the thing is, like, the offense and the defense never got a chance to be, like, one unit because we were so tired of hitting each other. Like, it was always a fight.
Oh,
it was always an argument because we were so tired of hitting each other. And we never got to really enjoy it as an entire team that whole season.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be nice to get everybody back together now. And how about this, BT? So because my old man was in the media after the game and he's asking the questions about Jordan, Jarrett, like whatever. Like it got attributed to me that I must have like caused something in the locker room and staged some sort of rebellion, which like obviously we know Nothing happened. But like, can we all just accept this now? What happened? And again, I'm appreciative of Coach Miles for a lot of things that he did for me. But what happened was Nick Saban versus Les Miles, right?
Yes. The thing is, T-Bob, in that locker room, it was a team that had never been frustrated that entire season.
Yeah.
That got frustrated in that locker room. We reached our breaking point, and it was against a coach that nobody that had 90% of the country can't beat once. We had to beat him twice, and we got out coached that entire game.
Yeah, it was, it is what it is. But like I said, man.
Hey, but also, though, y'all should celebrate. Y'all had a top 5 team in the history of LSU football.
Yes, no, exactly.
As well. So I'm
we
glad y'all are
should.
getting a chance to celebrate it finally, 11 years later.
Look, man, if we, that's still a team that undefeated regular season, SEC champs, beat 9 ranked teams. We beat the Orange Bowl champions by double digits, beat the Sugar Bowl champions by double digits. We beat the national champions. We beat the Rose Bowl champions. How often is that you almost beat all of the 4 big BCS bowls? So, yeah, man, there's a ton of good there, and it's going to be awesome to celebrate it this weekend. BT, give me your favorite LSU memory. What was it, a play, a game? What was your favorite part?
I think my favorite LSU memory is, it's so many of them, dude, because it's just like the bus rides to the movie theater, the locker room, just you can't pick out one, but I would think that the day that Verge Alsbury came in that locker room in 2010, before we played North Carolina, and asked us, did we want to play Oregon in Dallas Cowboys Stadium in 2011? And everybody said, hell yeah. So this is to all the fans out there. You don't need a cupcake game or a week 0 game to be a great team. Beat whoever in front of you. It don't matter. Beat everybody on the schedule.
Bro,
you'll be okay.
I agree. I'm with you, BT. Like, I don't know if it's just a function of when we played and who we played in those game ones, but all these week 0 excuses need to get the hell up out of here, dude.
It's when the other team plays and you don't play.
I don't give a damn, dude. Get the hell out of here.
Week 0 is training camp.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It was a hard camp as well. That Oregon game was one of the best ways ever to start a season once it was done.
And that's the thing, T-Bob, a lot of people don't realize. In that Oregon game, they tapped out in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was so good.
They was like, why y'all still playing so hard? We was like, and that's when it shocked me. I'm like, the SEC is like truly different. Like, you don't believe it until you impose your will on another conference the way you're supposed to.
It's kind of funny. Me and Jake were talking about this the other day, Brandon. It's like, I still, in my mind, judge Pac-12 lines as being weak, because that was supposed to be a good Oregon defensive line, and it was like the saddest ass line that I had ever played.
Isn't it funny, though? And ask your brother about this, Brandon. Ask Kurt about this. Like, some of the teams that we played in bowl games, like Notre Dame and Ohio State and Virginia Tech in a big matchup in Tiger Stadium, that was like 3 of the easiest games that we ever had.
Exactly. He reminds me of that. Do anything.
Wait, Brandon, we lost you for a second there. What'd you say? What does he remind you of?
He said if you can make it through the SEC, you can make it through anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those games like that, like, they're supposed to be not reality, it's supposed to be an easy game, because what you go through each and every day, you're playing against the top NFL talent during the week before the game at practice. During Les Miles' era in 2006, practice was hard.
Yeah.
Like, if you practice was gladiator school. If you made it to Saturday, it was like a sigh of relief. Like, you got to relax. We got to cut up. You got to wear your swag. And like, that was fun to us. Practice, to hell with that man.
Yeah, it was wild, Brandon. And look, I always say this. I do think it did instill like a toughness and, like you said, just a pissed off energy. There was a pissed off energy that we brought to bear every Saturday. It's just that when you ran up against the only other team that was as talented, well, at that point, stuff like rest and recovery starts to matter, right? Like, we were such beasts that, like, yeah, we could mainly just go lean on people, be pissed off, and win eventually. It was just that one team.
Oh, yes, indeed. People don't realize, like, Brandon, why you ain't go out after the games in 2011? Tiger Stadium, on Saturday playing against those teams after that week of practice was my Tigerland. I didn't need to go out after that. I exerted all my energy on that field and had fun while I was doing it. And that was the difference between the entire season and the national championship. The national championship, it was not fun at all because of what we went through the entire preparation.
Hey, how about this? And I do want to get I want to pick your brain on this year's team going into this weekend as well. But have you ever had an easier half of football in your life than the second half of Tennessee in 2011? I think the defense played like 13 plays or something. Do you remember that game at all?
Oh, yes, indeed, T-Bob. That was crazy because that was my first time ever visiting that stadium. And I was like in awe because you could hear a pin drop in that stadium. From the time we took the field to the time we left. And it was just like we could have played a second game after that because we like truly dominated that Tennessee team that year.
I want to say we went on like a 99-yard touchdown drive, Jake. I mean, I seriously think the defense played 2, maybe 3 series the entire second half, and they were like 3 and out, so they were just cooling, just chilling. We're out here grinding,
What was
hard.
the year that you snapped the ball? Was that 10?
That was 09.
Okay.
No, sorry, that was 10. That was 10. And then 11, we went to Knoxville. Great stadium, was cool before the game, and they did a little.
Y'all played
frisky
Tennessee in back-to-back years?
Yeah, we did a little home and home. Yeah, that is weird, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know how that worked out.
That's the first time since I don't know how long.
Yeah, but it was cool to get to go play there for sure. But I just always remember laughing because the defense was just kicking it there. Hey, okay, with this year's team, BT, I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been watching some Mississippi State film. I'm a little worried about maybe the defense tackling. How are you feeling with what you've seen so far?
I think that this is going to be the test for the defensive line to get to the quarterback and the secondary. Like, they're going to have to get it together because, Leach, his offense, this man, he's a passing guru. He's a genius at the passing game. And us tackling in space hasn't been the best the past couple of years, so I think that's going to be an area we're going to see if we perfected that during practice and have we worked on that.
Yeah, I mean it's we gonna find out. How do you feel about the offense, man? I'm a bit worried about the offensive line. I love Jaden Daniels' ability to create with maybe a bad offensive line, but how do you think they match up with the Bulldogs?
That's the thing. We still haven't truly seen. Me and Fave and Hunt was talking about this last weekend. Like, it's just not like you've seen that click. Like, you've seen like a full-blown series with run game, pass game, just dominating and on-time routes.
Yeah. Like,
okay, we got a quarterback that can create plays and create time, but when are we going to just see that boom, 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 like timing, like wear the defense down, like not just running around, create plays. Like, I love that we got a quarterback that can do it, but I would love the fact if our quarterback couldn't do it with great offensive line play.
Yeah. Well, look, man, hopefully we can bring a little luck this weekend. Brandon Taylor, look, you can catch him pre- and post-game, LSU Sports Radio with Big Fave, Hunt Palmer, BT. Very excited. I will see you Friday night, man.
Oh, yes, indeed. Be ready to shotgun some beer, baby.
Yes, let's go, dude. Oh, my God. I'm going to be pushing the limits this weekend. It's going to be a good time.
No.
Yeah. Chill out. All right, Brandon, take it easy, brother.
All right, fellas. Y'all be good.
See you, BT.
He ain't lying about that camp, man. You heard it right there. Them Les Miles practices, dude. Just wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
I mean, Nick's practices weren't very fun either.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. I always heard that Knicks were very hard physically. It was just more contained from an efficiency and time standpoint. But I don't know. I never went.
He would start a practice over in period 8 too, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wonder if he's still like that. I feel like a lot of coaches kind of start like that, and then they kind of like over time even out.
He was in his career, obviously not as veteran as he is now. We get off those prison buses.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Like, it felt like we were going to boot camp. You'd have the strength coaches yelling a couple of sweet nothings to you.
I mean, no, you were in prime Saban on the come up, work people to death, weed out the bad apples. Yeah, it was.
We need to have Coach Moffitt on in the near future and just tell old stories about
I agree.
Early 2000s.
It's a very good content idea. I agree. Because I've heard stories of the early 2000s.
But I feel like now he can just put them out there in the ether.
Yes, but the running that y'all used to do,
oh God,
the conditioning, and it was just it was unbelievable.
You mean like when we're running 110s in the stadium and we're supposed to run 24 and we're on number 10, and because Benny Brazil was in the Olympics, even though he was making his time and he wasn't winning, that we had to start over at 0 and run 24 more and ended up running 34 110s.
Yeah, no, I mean,
July.
Look, I've run 37 one time when I make my times. A thunderstorm saved me. Who knows what it would have stopped? Barksdale hit 43 that same morning.
Nick,
but
who
even
wasn't supposed to be watching.
I'm not even talking about just the 110s. I'm talking about y'all would
The
do
curves.
the curves in, and then you had like the ramps and
Oh
everything.
my God, the ramps! I forgot about.
Like we didn't do that stuff. We had our 110s.
There was so many
and other
slappies. We'd be running the ramps. They'd be trying to like duck off and hide, like walk-ons and stuff. That was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like, you will get kicked off the team
Yes.
for this one ramp that you don't want to run.
Yeah, you might how bad? It's like Mavi used to say, how bad do you want it, and what are you willing to sacrifice to get it? All right, when we get back here on OTB, let's do a little munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. Get your questions in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. Coming up next. And, shout out to Brandon Taylor being on the jimsfirearm.net hotline. More OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. If you need a new vehicle, a Toyota certified used vehicle, maybe you want to lease something. I'm currently almost done with my 3-year Camry lease, and I've been loving it. Or if you just need to rent, going on a road trip, go watch LSU play or something. You want cheaper per day rental prices than other rental companies, and don't put miles in your car. It's all right there for you off of Airline Highway. Also, the renting. Maybe you're like flirting with, you're having kids. Do I want a minivan? Go rent the Sienna, fall in love, and then say, hey, give me the T-Bob special, the murdered out Mini. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today.
The T-Bob special makes me a little nervous. Allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, buying, leasing, renting, whatever you're looking to do. Per day rental prices, great per day rental prices. Even if you need it for just one day, they've got you covered. Allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs.
We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7, The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret.
NFL is back. Our coverage starts Sunday at 10 a.m. with Magnolia Bluffs Football Sunday with Jimmy Ott, immediately followed by the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins at noon, right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Saw the fire in your eyes. I saw the fire when I look into your eyes.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Right now, the JimsFirearm.net hotline. It's my pleasure to be joined by Chef Michael Johnson, Executive Chef for LSU Athletics. We do it every week. Hashtag Munchies. Get your questions in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. Chef, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Doing very well. Feeling good, man. Thursday, weekend, big game coming up in Death Valley. Exciting times to be sure. Hit the music, Mario. Shaba. Hashtag Munchies. Does it matter if you leave your spaghetti and other pastas unbroken in the pot, or is it okay to break them in half? Ooh.
You know, I mean, I break them in half. It's
You break them in. Isn't that anathema to Italians? I thought that you would get attacked.
He's
for
not
that,
Italian.
Chef. No, I know,
Well-
but I'm saying, but you know, you're still making pasta.
Yeah, I think it comes from having kids, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you want it, it depends on how easily you want it to eat. I can appreciate the ability to like roll the pasta around your fork and use your spoon to spin it and everything else. But there's also a reality to being a dad, I think, or a parent, and you know that equates to doing whatever is easiest for your kids. So, yeah.
Wow, coward! I make my kids get dirty as hell.
And then make Caitlin clean it up.
No,
Yeah.
not true. I am
Yeah.
very good at cleaning the kitchen and bath time. Lies, Danny. Danny. You don't know anything. You're like 17. Shut up.
Your mom told him.
Don't nod your head, okay? Relax. Hey, sorry about that, Chef. Hashtag Munchies. In cultures such as the hoodoo culture, where's this going? And in Sicilian folk magic, it is believed. No. Hashtag Munchies. What is the most practical? What is the most practical and efficient? What is wrong with? What is the most practical and efficient food to bring into the bedroom for an evening of passion?
Oh goodness. You know, I guess my mind goes like fruit and chocolates. That's something that's easy and
yeah.
Yep.
But like hard chocolate, not a chocolate syrup.
Yeah, no, like hard chocolate.
Yeah.
All right. Hashtag Munchies. Keys to making the perfect omelet.
The temperature needs to be right. Like if you go to, and some people, this is a subject of contention here, whether the omelet can have brown on it or not. And I don't mind brown on my omelet. I like the character that it offers to it. But if you cook the omelet too quickly, it's more prone to stick. And also, it's when you turn it. You want to turn it when it still looks wet. And it also kind of depends on. So there's a French omelet which has 3 folds, and then there's an American omelet that has 2 folds. American omelet's much easier. It's just you tilt your pan forward and use a spatula to bring it the fold back. I don't know. I've made so many omelets. Yeah.
How many? And they come up. to becoming an executive chef, Mike, how many of those omelet stations did you have to operate?
Oh God. I mean, just over the past month and a half, we've probably made 1,000 omelets. That's
Oh, I bet.
This man hates omelets.
I mean, on the road, that's a big one too, huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, omelets they're quick and easy. They're fresh. Like it brings you a fresh. People like that in front of your face cooking, so they know that it was just made. So it's a great breakfast ingredient. We have them on the road every game for sure.
Bobby Hotep says, #Munchies, which is better, Creole, yellow, or Dijon mustard? And he also wants to know if you know why they call it Creole mustard.
I'm not sure why they call it Creole, but I think it depends on what the usage is for. You know what I mean? Like if I'm eating a hot dog, I like yellow. If I'm making like a Jewish deli sandwich, I feel like brown or Creole are more appropriate.
Yes.
Just depends on the usage. If I'm mixing it with mayonnaise to make like a Creolaise, I think obviously Creole is going to go to it. I think each mustard has a good usage. Like if I'm eating a bratwurst or something, nice German brat, something, like that Creole or brown really goes well with it too.
#Munchies. What's your favorite way to cook an egg? Over easy, sunny side up, scrambled, or something different?
Yeah, I'm an over easy guy. I like the yolk soft, but not like slopping around on top. I like to have a little bit of yolk with my hash browns.
Yes, dude. Yes. If I don't know how to do it. I need to learn eventually, but yes, my grandma used to call them dipping the bread eggs.
Yeah.
They're just perfect when they're cooked correctly.
You know what else is great? Is putting it on a hamburger, and
yes.
if the yolk is too soft, as soon as it goes on, it bursts. But what like the over easy egg holds on just until you bite into it, and then the yolk like melts down through the burger, and that's ideal.
That was always my Louis order. I think they called it with a big cheesy Lou, maybe with a fried egg on it. Either way, yes, egg, very underrated burger topping. Bilbo Baggins, #Munchies. Also, when I go to Simple Joe's, they have really good biscuits and gravy on the weekend, and they cook those eggs, and you throw 2 eggs on top of that, chef. #Munchies. How do I make S-tier focaccia bread?
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know. Is it focaccia, F-O-C-A?
Focaccia is like an Italian-style bread.
So he wants to know how to make really good focaccia bread.
I am self-admittedly not much of a baker, so I'm not going to be your guy for the perfect focaccia. I do know that when you roll the focaccia out and you have your dough out, you want to pierce it with your fingers and brush it with oil. But I never really got too much into the baking, and I'm okay with that.
#Munchies. Is eating at Piccadilly the perfect stepping stone to getting used to nursing home food?
Oh, man.
That's more of a shot at Jacob, I think, than anybody else.
I think I felt like it kind of was, man. I haven't eaten at Piccadilly in years, but
nobody's
parents
perfect.
When you have kids, though, you do what you do, man. Like back home, we had Golden Corral, and then when we were kids, that's where we went to. And so, I'm not judging at all, man. There was a lot of weekends spent at the Golden Corral.
Mark65MC says, #Munchies. Any secrets to the best guacamole?
Fresh avocados. You got to start with the right avocados. I like to, if you have citrus powder, it's nice to put in there, and when you crush your avocados, put that little powder in there because it helps prevent it from browning. If you don't have that, fresh lemon or lime juice.
Whoa! Hold on. You are blowing my mind. Wait, so fresh citrus powder is what stops it from browning?
Yeah. So citric acid will keep your guacamole from browning. It helps prevent the oxidation process.
Jeez, wow. Okay, great to know.
Wow. That's Owen Wilson right there.
I mean, well, it's like, we make guac all the time.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, a lot of times you make it on game day where you want to have it out all day, but kind of goes bad fast. Okay. Good to know. Is it bad to eat an avocado that has gone kind of discolored? A lot of times it just scrape off the top and then just...
No, you scrape the top, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just oxidation. It's just a color change, right? Like, it looks ugly, but it's not going to harm you whatsoever. No.
Okay. It's like a Statue of Liberty. Used to be bronze or copper or whatever, right? Now it's green.
Yeah.
Oxidation. Hell of a thing. Hashtag Munchies. I'm out of olive oil and looking to try a new oil. What should I do next for weight loss?
Well, first of all, you need to go to the store and get you some more olive oil. That's a shame right there. So, yeah, I mean, if you're looking for alternatives to olive oil, it depends on what you're doing with it, right? Like most people don't cook with olive oil, like cook because it has a low smoke point. So you're looking for like avocado oil or walnut oil or something like that. Depends, obviously, if you have allergies or whatnot. Rice oil is really, really great, especially for like sautéing. It's healthy oil, and it accepts extremely high heat temperatures. So, yeah, it's expensive, but it's healthy and it tolerates like sautéing on the stove, because olive oil doesn't tolerate that well. It smokes quickly and gets dangerous, and just depends on what you're doing with the oil, to be honest with you.
Okay, last one here. Champ says, hashtag Munchies. I make amazing smoked salsa, but I can't find a quality chip to go with it. Ideas?
I like to make my own, man. You know,
Whoa.
go buy corn tortillas and deep fry them myself, and you know, there's your solution if you ask me. And you can make your own spice mix that goes on top when the chips come out and they still have a little grease on them. You know, season them then so it sticks and holds. I like to put tahini on my chips. It's a good experience.
Tahini coconut, still a great combo. What about so when you do that, what oil are you frying them in?
Usually I use canola. It's pretty healthy oil and it's easy to find, although it's gotten expensive with the war. But canola's a good healthy oil. Michael
Johnson, executive chef for LSU Athletics. Hey, have a great weekend, chef. Get the boys ready for Saturday night. And, yeah, man, we will talk to you next week.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
See you, Chef.
The legend, Chef Michael Johnson, JimsFirearms.net hotline. Okay, yes. Hey, I do want to remind you, go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, okay? You know, I had that ear infection right before football season started. Needed to get better ASAP, right? I had a lot to do. What I do took me 20 minutes, y'all, to get in and out and get the medicine I needed. Ear felt great. And it's because of Patient Plus, their technology, their processes, the digital profile and everything. So all your urgent care needs, you want to go to Patient Plus Urgent Care. They're scattered throughout the city now. You got one right next to you. And, well, once you see it firsthand, you're going to see what I'm talking about, why you're not going to go anywhere else. They're the best. PatientPlusUC.com. Also, for all your occupational medicine needs. Closing out hour 2 next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
Kids have staked out their place at Ochsner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well. Yes! It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Ochsner Health Center for Children.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
When I was a boy, I spent my days climbing trees, catching fish. Barefoot in the river I walked, listening to crickets, counting stars. This was home. After my stroke, I wondered if I'd make it back to the people and places I love. But I got the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Your card matters. Your home does too.
At All Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Mike Triplett will join us to talk Saints. Our Fantasy Blitz returns, and we'll take a closer look at Mississippi State. 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Shout out Heavyweights. Great movie.
Fantastic, yeah. Get on the scale. Get off the scale.
The predecessor to Dodgeball in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
He's Tony Perkis in Heavyweights, right? That's not his Dodgeball character, right? Tony Perkins is it Perkis or Perkins? Anyway, that's Heavyweights. I mean, the characters are very similar. The point is, the foundation of Ben Stiller's character in Dodgeball was built in Heavyweights, and it's a wonderful foundation upon which to build. It's like I'm looking forward to whenever they do the Tom Cruise Tropic Thunder movie coming up here sometime soon.
All right, Danny, pull this up. I mentioned earlier in the show, Devin Hester, my cousin. There was a time in the NFL where, look, I hawked him down, adjacent. We'll play the tape. The eye in the sky is going to tell the story.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if Jake Hester really caught Devin Hester. Okay, that's just play it. That's what that means, Danny. Go ahead.
For whatever reason, it's not letting me full screen.
Wow. Oh, there we go. All right, let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Whoa. No. Run it back.
Danny just said for whatever reason it's not letting me full screen it, and then he clicked full screen.
I was trying like
Craig Stelz right there, getting off the block, off the block with Craig Stelz.
Craig. Okay.
Look, I'm chasing.
Good angle.
I'm chasing.
Good angle.
He slowed up, but I'm chasing.
Got him. Let's go, dude. Oh, you gave him a little. Bro, you gave him a little extra on that tackle, huh?
Hey, hold on.
Replay the tackle. What did you say to him?
I don't know, but watch how long it takes me to get up.
That's what I'm saying. You kind of Tim Brando'd him a little bit there.
No, just wait. Randy's got to help me up. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. We got another angle coming though.
What's the flag?
Holding all of them.
Hell yeah. Dude.
So bring it back. Yeah,
Crappy
that's not going to count anyways. And so, I mean, the eye in the sky is telling the story. We're getting another replay right here. Look, he is ahead of me.
He is ahead of you.
Okay. Does he slow down a little bit? Maybe. But 22's coming.
Look at the effort. Look at that's War Daddy effort right there, boys.
You tell me.
You technically caught him from behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's
I never said that
those are
he
facts.
was full speed. I caught him from behind.
You caught Devin Hester from behind.
Dude, 58 laid out.
Yeah,
dude laid him out. Oh my God.
Let's see. Who was it?
It's right here.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Oh, and lets him know, too.
When we get back, next hour is going to be very fun. We're talking more Saints Bucks as well. Rejuve Me Medical. RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. If Jake wants to recapture his former glory, chase down Devin Hester from behind once again, key to making that happen, you're going to be feeling younger, bigger, stronger, faster, better. That's all there for you at Rejuve Me, where you're going to draw your labs, meet with a lifestyle specialist, and let them customize a comprehensive plan for you to get you where you want to be. RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com.
You can always call them at 225-230-4201. Let them know what you've got going on, what you are experiencing. They're going to help you get on a plan to fix whatever it is. Go to the website, RejuveMeMedical.com. Conditions they treat. They have a long list. Now, that's not the only things that they treat. So that's why we always encourage you, give them a call. Tell them what you have going on. They're going to help you out. 225-230-4201.
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old margs. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with real lime juice and a crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Come on over to Corval Toyota in Opelousas and meet with one of our sales specialists to build your new Toyota. It's easy and stress-free. Or if you're looking for a pre-owned, we have a wide variety. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12682, offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Thursday, September 15th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect to see cloudy skies with a high of 89. You can follow the rest of today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or watch Danny throw stuff at me on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
All right, welcome into hour number 3 of OTB. We're going to talk a little Thursday Night Football. We're going to talk Saints, Bucks. We're going to have some fun along the way. There's a new sweet Jamar Chase picture out that needs to be made into a T-shirt immediately, which Danny's going to bring up in a second. Mine Not For in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat says, T-Bob, have you tried the Hans Niemann reported strategy to improve your chess game? If you don't know who Hans Niemann is or what he's talking about, this is a headline that is starting to blow up. People keep sending it to me, Jake. And it's about a player using anal beads to cheat at chess over the board, because the theory is that you have someone operating a chess engine watching your game, and they send you moves based on vibration order. So, but I want to be painfully clear about this, because this story has rocketed out of control. The cheating story is fascinating in and of itself. Yes, Hans Niemann has cheated online in the past. There's no evidence really as of yet to say that he was cheating over the board when he beat Magnus Carlsen. But the thing that's funny about the anal bead portion of this, it was literally said as a joke by this guy that I love, Chessbra, YouTube channel, GM Eric Hansen. He said it as a joke during a stream. Next thing you know, Elon Musk tweets about it, and now everybody is taking it deadly serious, saying that, chess masters have said that he might have potentially used anal beads to cheat. So if you have seen that story, just know that part is not true. The question of whether or not he cheated, how he would do it, yes, these are questions that are being asked and investigated. But the anal bead portion of it was said in jest and is now taking on a life of its own.
Look, I don't have anything to add to this story.
No.
This is not something I was ready for.
No.
I don't play chess.
It's just people keep sending it to me.
As
so
you
I
can
wanted to get it
probably
out there.
guess, more of a checkers player here from my redneckness and meatheadness, and so I don't even understand the game of chess, and I certainly don't want to talk about anal beads at 9:03 in the morning.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is the third hour of the show.
It
We're going to
is.
talk about anal beads. It's probably the time to do
It is the time to do it, but I have nothing to add to this conversation.
No, I was just making a public announcement that the anal bead part is actually a joke, because people keep texting me about it, and it's funny because I was very into all of this drama the other day. I watched probably 2 hours worth of YouTube videos this over the weekend and late at night and stuff. Coming up tonight. Well, first off, do we have the Jamar Chase picture? Did you see this, Jake?
Yes.
Him and Minka Fitzpatrick, full screen it, Danny. Look at that, dude. Jamar Chase. What a dog, dude. I know they lost the game, but really the Steelers lost, unfortunately, because their season is now kind of done for. But Jamar Chase at who? Minka Fitzpatrick. That's right. The LSU-Bama rivalry never dies. And if you're not watching online, it is Jamar Chase 6 feet away from Minka Fitzpatrick, flicking him the double birds in a very aggressive way too, right? Maintaining eye contact.
Oh yeah.
Double middle fingers, kind of hunched over, coming at him, almost like an old school boxing sort of setup. There is nothing to be lost in translation there. It is very clear what Jamar is saying.
Is it Flicking, flipping, or throwing?
I think it's flipping. I've always said flicking, and I just can't
Boys?
break myself of it.
Flipping off.
All right, Danny?
Flipping off.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
flipping.
it's like a flipping motion.
Yeah, flip.
Yeah.
I just have always said flicking, and so I just roll with it because I don't think it really matters. It's like
Just
scooch.
asking.
It's like scooch, which is.
I didn't know what they said in Georgia compared to what they said here in Louisiana.
I think it's flipping everywhere, is what I'm saying. I think I just misheard as a child and locked into my own brain. But still, somebody make this T-shirt, right?
Straight up, I would bet it already is.
Yeah, it should be. If it's not, just print out the picture. It's very easy. Yeah, you could say he's giving him the finger. Give him the double birds.
Oh, give him the finger, yeah.
Good call,
yeah,
champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Survive. That's clearly because Fitzpatrick went to Bama. Yeah, he knows it. He knows it. He's getting a little extra in. Speaking of getting a little extra in, the weekend of NFL football will begin tonight with a matchup that's got a little extra in it, man, and that's Chargers at Chiefs. Couple of great Chargers-Chiefs game recently, right?
Yeah.
You had a couple of overtime Chiefs wins dating back to the pandemic. I actually saw this morning that the one in 2020, it was tied the NFL record for longest ever overtime field goal.
And he made like 4 of them, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. But then you also had the last second touchdown in Kansas City.
Yeah, Mike Williams.
That Herbert led as well here recently. So these have been some battles. It's obviously when you're talking about Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert, you're talking about probably Josh Allen's probably in that group as well in terms of just being the most physically skilled quarterbacks in the NFL, right? It's probably like Aaron Rodgers, even though he's on that latter half of that. The guys in their prime, though, you would say Herbert, Mahomes, and Allen. In terms of like pure physical talent.
Yeah.
Not just arm talent, but just like the body, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And Herbert, in terms of pure arm talent, is probably the top of this list. So a very exciting night tonight, dude.
So you got a couple of people out for both teams. Keenan Allen going to be out for the Chargers. Going to be a big blow. We'll see who steps up in his absence. J.C. Jackson, the very talented corner they signed, is questionable for this game. And then on the other side of things, Trey Smith, the guard, is going to be questionable for KC. Harrison Butker is going to be out.
Yeah. So that means they're shuttling in the last second.
Butker's the guy that made like the 4 field goals of 50-plus yards when they tried to ice him. He's like, okay, I'll make another. I mean, he's a very talented kicker. They signed someone to their practice squad. They'll elevate him tonight, I'm sure, right before.
Do we know who it is?
Game.
Is it a rerun game? Have you all heard? I've not. I'll look it up real quick.
Who they signed?
Yeah.
It's not a name that's like one that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. It would be.
You know, they do have Justin Reed still that can kick off and he can make extra points. But still, I mean, that's a big loss for them. I mean, Harrison Butker is one of the, top 5 legs in all of the NFL. So a couple of injuries. So neither team's going to be at full strength, but I'm expecting a hell of a game.
Champ says, me and my wife usually have mommy-daddy time on Thursday. We're skipping tonight for this game. Will likely be better. Okay. Well, I mean, Champ, let's be honest, bro. You ain't going to miss more than a series. I'll be impressed if you miss more than a series. I think you're going to be just fine. Like, you got plenty of time for both. Let's not make excuses here, bud. Okay.
Over under high total for the NFL, 54. It's a high total for an NFL game.
It feels like
NFL
such
lives
a
in the
trap.
40s.
It feels like such a trap to go over here, too, because you're like, ooh, sexy quarterbacks. But missing a kicker doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean, and they've had some epic scoring battles before, and so if you go to recent history, they've hit this over. But that's a big number.
Oh, Greg asked an interesting question: is Blankenship going to get re-signed? Y'all saw that the Colts cut Rodrigo Blankenship.
Yeah, he had a bad week 1.
Yeah,
when he's bad, he's real bad.
Yep.
He's always been bad against LSU.
Kickers are in demand. I think he'll get another shot.
Oh, he'll get 7 more shots. It's kicker. It's like being a backup quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
the best positions to play are kicker, punter, and backup quarterback.
There's only so many human beings on the planet that can do those things, and so it gets to be a bit.
Well, there's actually a lot, but they just don't play the sport.
That's yes. Okay, so available player pool, sure. Like
Sergio Ramos.
Yes, thank you. If the world played football, you would have a bigger quarterback pool to pull from as well. But obviously they don't, and you do not. So that's why you got the grinders like Geno Smith still out there making the dream happen.
I can't tell if I want to try to make my boys deep snappers, kickers, punters, because they can't throw. I mean, I can't throw. I never threw a halfback pass. I mean, just it ain't in the cards. I mean, I feel like that's the easiest path, right?
Yeah, I mean, deep snapper is, but again, that's
You gotta be perfect.
You got to be perfect, and that is hyper competitive, right? There's a lot of deep snappers out there. I feel like.
Yeah, but if you're athletic and you can do it,
Yeah. No. Look. Everybody should cross train. I mean, if you really harbor
can you
dreams,
do it? Did you ever try?
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. I can deep snap really.
Did you like in St. Louis though? Did you say, "Hey, I can deep snap"?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like an emergency option there.
Okay. What number did you wear in St. Louis?
60.
Not bad.
Will Blackwell.
Yeah.
Shout out to my homies.
Yeah, you looked better in 60 than Will did.
Yeah, I mean,
come
bad
on.
body.
Yeah.
Bad body. Great athlete.
Huge
bad body.
hands.
Yeah.
And that's me saying
Very
that.
goofy. His
69
arms
wasn't available?
His arms hang down to his knees. No.
Did Chris Long
they
have
did not give me
69?
69. I'm
so
not
you're
sure.
some random number.
I don't think he was 69.
He was 70 something or another.
I don't think I remember a 69 being there. I feel like to be 69, you got to be a badass. You can't be trying to make the team.
I was the 69th pick, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. There you go. Trade it up.
Lives with you.
Nice.
I swear, Chris Long was something random. Oh, he was 72.
Wow. As a pass rusher.
He went from 72 to 91 to 95 to 56.
I respect the hell out of rocking 72.
I know.
As a pass rusher. That's grit.
Because what was Howie with
I don't
the
know.
Raiders?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I know he was. I mean, he had.
Wait, hold on, Jake. I need money, okay? Which means I need draft.
75 was Howie. Sorry.
And you have not yet given me a same game parlay to play tonight.
Well, we still are going to be here for another 49 minutes. After the show, maybe we can put our minds together and we can do it. And we'll put it out there.
I need you to stop gambling on Korean Championship Subdivision Soccer and lock in to tonight, okay? Now, it's awesome that on DraftKings that you can gamble on whatever you want. You can do KBO and, I don't know, Premier League and whatever else. It's all there for you. Whose chair is so squeaky? You got to relax. You got to relax.
You got to chill out.
You got to chill out. I'm going to kick you out the room. You're making me so angry this segment.
Mario said you can't hear it on the mic.
I just very viciously and very clearly heard it.
It's a little louder today.
It almost wrenched my ears.
That was coming out of my mic, too. Your mic was off.
Get that man some WD-40. Look, and right now, remember, if you sign up for DraftKings with the promo code Baton Rouge, new customers bet just $5 on any NFL team to win, and you get $200 in free bets if they do. And check this out. If that's not enough, everyone, new and old, can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped up same game parlay. So that's what we're going to give you here in a bit. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Promo code Baton Rouge.
21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 7867.
Do Chargers win, Jake?
Do the Chargers win?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Okay, so that's where we're at. We're being, yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. Of course. Yeah, it's just like, of course, LSU wins.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Of course.
Who has a bet? If I had, if I was going to do something awful to you, and you had to choose, more likely to win, Chargers or LSU?
That's a great question. I'll go with the home team, LSU.
Okay. Yeah. Going to Arrowhead probably does change that math.
Arrowhead is the only. There's loud states. So Seattle's loud. The Superdome's loud. Hines was loud. Arrowhead's the only college-like stadium.
Yeah,
it's a different atmosphere. Like when you roll in, them and the Royals both in Kaufman. They're in the middle of nowhere. Like it's in the middle of like a pasture, and you're driving, and all of a sudden here's just boom, 2 stadiums. But you drive in on this long road. It's probably like a mile long, and double birds the whole way, right? Just like a college feel.
Hell yeah.
And then just the loudness and the anger. Even when they were bad, when I first got into the NFL, they were bad.
They were bad for a while there.
And they still showed up. They were loud. They stayed. The game, it'd be raining. It's always awful weather, the wind. They were there. They never left. And it's a great atmosphere. But look around. Like there's nothing like around, as you can see here.
Yeah,
it's just like in the middle of nowhere. And then Kaufman, I believe it's on this side of the stadium where the Royals play.
Like it's built to hold the sound in too.
It is. There's nothing special about it. It's not nice. The locker room's actually horrendous. The visitor, but it's supposed to. there's nothing special, but it's great because it's so loud.
Andy Reid is the best thing that ever happened in Kansas City.
The
right?
video boards are terrible. They're not even big.
Like I know Mahomes is, but really Andy Reid is, right? Because they were awful for a long time. Yeah. And then Andy
They
Reid
would have like a
shows
year
up.
here and then 3 bad, and then
Yeah.
a year here and then like 4 bad. But yeah.
And then Andy Reid shows up, and all of a sudden they've been consistently great through Alex Smith and obviously through Pat Mahomes. So I can't wait for that tonight. Going to be a great game to check out. Coming up next, let's talk. I still want to give you our NFL top 5 games of the weekend, and let's talk some Saints, Bucks, Marshawn Lattimore, Mike Evans is happening again, y'all. Get excited. More OTB coming up next.
OTB, OT.
Go to ITI Technical College, ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, and change your life for the better today, okay? And I'm not saying that lightly. I always talk about that 2021 Georgetown study that looked at return on investment. What do you pay for school versus what can you be expected to make 10, 20, 30, even 40 years down the road? ITI Technical College, number 1 in the state of Louisiana, top 15 in the country. And it's local and family owned. This is not some national for-profit BS. No. Campus right here in Baton Rouge, training you for Louisiana jobs. Invest in yourself. Change your life for the better. ITIcollege.edu.
We always encourage you, go check them out over on Airline Highway, or if you can't get there today, give them a call. Speak to admissions, 877-591-1070, online, admissions@iticollege.edu. You can send them an email there. Any question you might have, they want to get you to the finish line. They're going to work with your schedule. iticollege.edu.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Out in Charles Henniger for the Thursday evening edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're downtown at Jolly Pearl Oyster Bar on North facing Town Square. Game Time, 6 to 8 p.m. presented by Bet Rivers on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
.1045 ESPN and Acura Baton Rouge ask for your support in helping us raise money for Folds of Honor, a nonprofit organization which provides family of fallen or disabled service members educational scholarships. To donate to this important cause, visit our website at 1045ESPN.com. This week, everyone who makes a donation will be entered to win tickets to see the Eagles Hotel California Tour November 19th at the Smoothie King Center. Donate now at 1045ESPN.com from Acura Baton Rouge and 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Ah, that was going to drop right there. So close. So close to greatness. I did like that little drop, though. What is this? It's not bad.
Kodak Black.
Okay. His song on his song on Mr. Morale is excellent. Pushing in my life. That's all I think about when I think of Kodak Black. Well, that and potentially having sex with that girl in the suite of the Panthers game. It may have just been really aggressive grinding, but it was tight no matter what it was. It was the inverse Tim Grinder.
How do you know?
What? Oh, huh. Well, I guess it's fair. I don't know. And chances are, if you're doing something like that in public, it might not be as tight as I would think. So, I don't know. Top 5 NFL games of week. Number 2.
Did you stroke out right there?
No, I was going to do the nombre thing, but that's name, and then I went to numero, and I didn't like it, so I just went to number. I got number 5 on this list. Maybe get a little NFL prime time music here, Mario. We're going to run through these. Number 5 on this list, I got Titans-Bills. Titans in Buffalo. It's kind of a weird slate in the NFL, Jake, to be honest. Like, the NFL slate has some highs, but it's not that good. The college slate isn't that good this weekend. It's still going to be fun. But Titans-Bills is pretty good here. It's the first part of the Monday Night doubleheader. The Titans, right, trying to avoid the dreaded 0-2 start after they randomly drop to the Giants. And we all know, like, 0-2, it's not a death sentence, but kind of it's tough. It's an awful way to start the season. Vrabel always has the boys ready to play. Maybe a letdown spot for the Bills here, but Titans going to Buffalo. Ooh, tough test for Tennessee early on.
Yeah, the Titans didn't look great in week 1. The Bills looked fantastic. I don't have a lot of hope in this game.
Damn.
I think it'd be the Bills. 10-point spread in the NFL is like having
a 10-point spread?
Yes, it's like having a 24-point spread in college football.
So surely you were hammering the Titans?
I'm not surely anything with the Titans.
Okay. I mean, I feel like
I know what you're saying, but no, I'm not.
Okay.
I won't touch that one.
Coming up, number 4 on this list, Vikings at Eagles.
Yeah.
The second half of the Monday Night doubleheader. So Monday night's going to be freaking awesome. Vikings at Eagles, two sneaky good playoff teams here, NFC playoff teams. And for the Vikings, feeling very fat and cocky after week 1. Your boy going to try to kirk the Eagles. Are the Vikings really contenders? That's kind of the question.
Yes. And when they make the playoffs, that steak is going to taste so good.
Yeah, I'm getting you a Salisbury steak, man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We never said what kind of steak.
I believe we did, actually. We'll go back on the tape.
Did.
Yeah, we did. I don't remember. It was like one of the nicer places. I don't remember which one.
No, dude, I'm getting you that Hungry Man.
I mean, I'll
smash
a Hungry Man.
I mean,
a little Nighthawk, a little steak and tater tots.
Yes, dude. I mean, it's pretty good, actually. Number 3.
Hunt, you still owe me a steak, you bum.
On this weekend's games, Dolphins at Ravens. How about this, dude? Lamar versus Tua. Dolphins fans feeling themselves after week 1. The Ravens are weird. They're so damn good, but they have all this drama with Lamar. It feels like they're constantly trying to, they stay looking for respect in a lot of ways. This is a badass AFC matchup here in Baltimore. Going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, big test for the Dolphins. Have they figured out some of their offensive woes over the last couple of years? Is Tua really going to go out there and be the guy that can lead you to the postseason and maybe beyond? That's going to be a big question. It's a great test for the Dolphins. And you're right. Like, the Ravens have a lot of things going on, but they have a very talented roster as well. So they win games. If Tua goes out there against the Ravens,
bro, if he does good this game,
and he does well, then I'll start to become maybe on the other side of things, because I'm still not a believer for Tua Tagovailoa in the NFL.
Did you just say you're going to join QAnon if he's good?
Join what?
It's like QAnon, but for Tua. They're just like a bunch of conspiracy theorists that go after anybody who goes against Tua.
No.
To be clear, QAnon, I like Tua, so don't come after me, okay? John Hopper says the NFL
He got
slate
drafted before Justin Herbert.
John Hopper says the NFL slate is always good. That's why it's better than college. No cupcake weekend. Switch Brandon Hollingsworth says better than college. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. Look, they're different. The NFL is objectively better football, but there are wonderful quirks about each sport that make, that you could side with either one, right? College has more like just random chaos because of the sloppy football and all the schools and traditions and weird matchups and small cities, venues that can't have teams. And then the NFL is just like a lot less to keep track of, right? So you can monitor every team and all the players in all the divisions. They're both wonderful in their own different ways. And I love both very, very much. What's the promo for DraftKings? I used promo code Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge. Number 2 on my list, Bucks at Saints. We're about to dive into this one, boys, but home opener in the Caesars Superdome. Tom Brady back with this embarrassment of last year hanging over his head. No CD Deuce. Picked off Brady twice last year. The Bucks, listen to this. Okay, so the Bucks have lost 6 in a row against the Saints, except for the playoff game. Of course, I hate life. But this comes from San Francisco Saints fan on a thread on Pro Football Talk. The combined divisional record for the Saints from 19 to 21, what do y'all think it is? It's 18 games. What do you think the record is in 18 games?
13-5.
Okay. What do you
I
got?
say 14-4.
Okay. Danny?
He's not listening.
I should know.
Never mind.
13-5.
15-3. They have dominated the NFC South. And if you can go out there and do it again, Jameis Winston, make that fourth quarter the rule, not the exception. Okay, boys. Watch out now. 2-0 start would be massive here. And the Bucs had a lot of injuries. I know the Saints got a long injury list right now too, but the Bucs had
games at home.
Problems.
Games at home. You are an underdog in your stadium. That's going to be
What's the spread?
2.5 for Tampa Bay. So basically almost a touchdown, because you get the home bump and there's still a 2.5-point favorite. Use that as motivation. Plaster it everywhere.
I mean, let's go. One key in all of these recent 4 games, they've dominated Brady, Jake. They've sacked him at least 3 times. So, and then who got hurt on the Bucs offensive line? They lost their left tackle. Yeah, everyone. Right. Yep. They lost Jensen during camp for the year. They lost their left tackle here recently.
Lost a free agent to the Bengals. I mean, they've lost a lot.
Only one
Ali
guy.
Marpet retired at some point.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs is the only guy left from last year's O-line. 1 out of 5.
Yep.
Damn. Tristan Wirfs, so this one, I don't like these kind of quotes because it shows you that the Bucs are pretty pissed off and want to get. He was talking about how you can't really call it a rivalry if we keep losing every time. So the Bucs are.
They're aware.
Yes, they are. Yeah. They're not downplaying it. They are very much angry that the Saints have dominated this series.
A lot of people have brought out the Carlton Davis tweet from 2 years ago saying that he locked down Mike Thomas the last 3 times he played, and I'm going to lock you down again next year, which is now this year.
Let's go. So we got Carlton Davis versus MT and Evans versus Lattimore. God, gee, that's how the NFL's tight.
Better watch out for Julio too.
How many 15-yard penalties can we get in one game?
Let's go.
See. What's your top game if that's number 2?
It's a nice game.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, and it's kind of boring because we just talked about it. But objectively, Chargers at Chiefs is the game of the weekend.
Yeah, I think so.
It's got the superstars.
Yeah.
It's got two legitimate AFC contenders, we believe. Like, it's the big boy.
Yeah, it's got the quarterbacks. It's got, like you mentioned, the star power. It's got playoff hopes for the Chargers, and the Chiefs have been the Chiefs, and it's in Arrowhead. It's Thursday night, Amazon's first ever game.
Oh, yeah, Amazon's first.
Yeah, Herbie and Al
that's true.
Michaels and Kaylee on the call there, so looking forward to that one. One game that you left out that I would have put in my top 5 over the Bills-Titans is Bengals-Cowboys.
I only didn't do it because the Cowboys are so boring now.
Right, but how do the Cowboys replace Dak? Can they replace Dak? Like, what do they look like? And if the Cowboys look bad, that makes all of us happy.
I agree with
that. And
that.
it's a great bounce-back spot for the Bengals.
I guess what I'm also saying, though, is, and look, anytime I see Bengals, they get bumped up because I want to watch Joe Burrow. But the Cowboys already get so much undeserved attention that I didn't want to put them in my top 5.
Yeah, but this is them looking bad.
If Dak was playing, I would have. If Dak was playing, I would have done it. But with Cooper Rush,
How about this? These lines in the NFL, you just don't see this very often. Buffalo's a 10-point favorite over Tennessee. Green Bay's a 10-point favorite over the Bears. What? The Broncos are a 10-point favorite over the Texans.
What?
The Rams are a 10.5-point favorite over the Falcons. The Bengals are an 8-point favorite over the Cowboys.
So
That's some big lines in the NFL.
I'm very bad at gambling. My instinct is to just play every dog there.
I wouldn't play the Cowboys.
But I'm talking about just
all
like,
the other 10-point double digit.
I'm just talking about flat out. Let's do like a always hit on 16 thing.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna play.
Let's put
every dog
$10 on all
Yes.
parlay all those 10-point dogs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The super dog parlay.
Yeah, we'll put 10. What? It's four of them. Pay you a couple $100.
Okay, dude. Let's go, boys. Getting fired.
We got to come up with that same game parlay though. If
Yes.
we don't come up with the same game before we get out here today, because we're trying to do push-ups during the break, okay? So we don't have time to talk during the breaks. We can put it out there on OTB's Twitter.
Yeah. But I still want.
I did get my formula. I was like, I asked for people to DM me, and they did.
Oh, really?
On every social media site that I have.
Yeah, it turns out everybody's looking for somebody to guide them through the wilderness. All right. Coming up next here on OTB, let's dive more in to Saints Bucks coming up this Sunday. Going to be a ton of fun. Tom Brady's kryptonite back once again. And then we'll close out the show with a little Ask the Bench. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
OTB, OT.
What are we supposed to be doing here? Riverlands Insurance. Go to Riverlands Insurance today and hit up our boy Thomas' email, dude. We've been telling you, we're so excited to be partnered with Riverlands Insurance. This is a Louisiana-grown insurance company that has taken the world by storm. One of the fastest-growing insurance companies in the entire South. And the reason being, they are from this area, right? So they know the specific policy needs of this area, whether it's home, auto, business, whatever. And they still give you the personal touch. Like, we're going to give you Thomas's cell phone number, but you have access to hundreds of different carriers, meaning you get the best policies, the best bang for your buck. Go with Riverlands Insurance today.
225-206-1517. That is not an office you're calling. That is Thomas. So wherever he's at, and we've been at lunch with him, if one of his clients calls, he's going to answer the phone. 225-206-1517.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
In the prep football season, and we get you started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview presented by the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Catholic High and U High kick off at 7, and that's immediately followed by the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Freezing cold in Nancy 9 shoes old.
You the cold maze, say one freezing cold in Nancy 9 shoes old. All right. Shoes now and whole building scene, then a whole red may begin to color boss dying. Tails and my begin to cold, baby, stay yet, Bill Joe. We the stay in the shoes now and whole building scene, then a whole red may begin to color boss dying. Well, it's the same as you look on me, Steen. Never saw another Jersey God David in jam. You the common not choose not right, but not sure hope this again along the common of
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Can you play for a little bit? I don't fully understand what this is.
Oh, something.
Oh, wait, okay, you can stop it. It's going to be next. WTF is this? Daniel Blunt says, that Woody Allen on mushrooms? Yeah, so the Rick 1041, shout out on Twitter, sent me this. And I don't know. I guess it was some kind of experiment by this Italian musician who, I guess Italians must have been going through a bit of a Western craze there. And he was trying to prove that Italians would listen to anything that sounded American or sounded like English. But if you actually listened, there was no English in there at all. It's kind of fantastic. Also, Jake, he's got some Elvis moves going on there, bro. You got to look at them hips, bro. I mean, look at our guy, dude. I love this guy.
Yeah, I kind of like this guy too.
I mean, great energy.
Yeah, something about him.
He looks like the guy from Law and Order that had that talk show and a wrestler choked him out.
I feel like Mario watches Law and Order for research
Wait,
purposes.
are you talking about Andy Kaufman?
Right.
No,
the comedian?
I think it's like Richard Belzer.
You got it, Danny.
Oh, yes. I know who you're talking about. Richard Bell. Yeah, I know exactly.
Hulk
He
Hogan
does.
choked him.
Yes, he does look like that a bit. What'd you say, Jake?
I think he watches Law and Order for research purposes.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you should watch SVU, Mario. It's probably more the crimes you're looking to
I'll
commit.
watch a lot of SVU. Shout out Elliot Stabler.
There you go. I love Elliot Stabler.
Do y'all notice that Mario never denies what we're saying here?
Yeah, good, man. He's just living his truth.
That's true.
I feel you, Mario.
Danny's going to say something.
I found zip ties in his room the other day.
Well, Danny, look, they're very helpful around the house. I use them for cable management all the time, okay? I mean, Mario's got an entertainment system he's got to set up. You want to hide those wires. Having a ton of zip ties. And look, sometimes it gets cold. The ski mask helps keep the heat in your head. It all makes perfect sense. Rubber gloves. You don't want to get electrocuted, okay? Right? What does rubber do? It doesn't conduct electricity. All makes sense, Danny. You're making very run-of-the-mill things sound nefarious, okay? That blood splatter, sometimes my boy gets nosebleeds, okay? It just happens. I don't know why. It sucks. But don't worry. You're asking too many questions. All right, real quick here. I mean, I'm kind of done talking sports for the day. If y'all are, we don't have. I mean, we could. I mean, I don't know.
That was you had a self-talk there. I'm done. Well, man.
I mean, well, because the thing is, like, I have some numbers here that we could run through, but as I'm sitting here on the edge of saying them, I don't know that I have the passion.
Yeah, numbers
for
in
them.
third hour, that doesn't really jive with what we typically do. You mentioned the college slate. You said it, they're maybe not week 1 and 2, by the way, like tip of the cap.
Yeah, they were
fantastic.
They were incredible.
Now, like a game like App State A&M, like we were looking forward to it because App State's done it before, but we weren't thinking it was going to be that. So you never know what the slate is going to give you. We had matchups that we knew were going to be good because we had ranked on ranked matchups, and BYU and Baylor was good. Florida, Kentucky was good. And I know what T's saying. There's not really, that game. You have Oregon, BYU. And BYU is actually an underdog in this game. A lot of people are going to play this game, I would assume, at least for BYU. It's in Eugene. So you have that one, but there's not a ton of ranked matchups. You have Miami and A&M, still a ranked matchup. A&M obviously losing last week. That loses some national juice. Now, we'll be dialed into that game because if A&M starts the season 1-2 and they have the slate that we laid out in Arkansas, Mississippi State, Alabama, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Florida, Auburn coming.
Yeah.
We'll pay attention to that here.
So, so here's an interesting question, Jake, on the A&M front. It loses, national, title appeal, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if there won't be more eyeballs on it because of people love a train wreck.
Yeah, and people want to see if Miami's back, too.
Yeah, absolutely, right? But when you combine that with the train wreck that A&M is, I think you could make the argument that maybe last week's loss drummed up a little extra interest in this game because now everybody
you don't see if Max Johnson's going to play calling. Yeah.
Well, and people love calling for jobs, right? And so everybody, the vultures are circling. Like everybody wants to sit here and say that Jimbo Fisher is dead and that he needs to be fired just to make A&M deal with that news cycle.
You have that game. You have the Toxic Bowl in Penn State, Auburn.
Yes.
And that's intriguing. Penn State's ranked now, and whoever loses that game, their fan base is going to melt. So, I mean, you have that game. There's rumors that there's going to be an orange out. Is that correct at the Auburn game?
That's what they said. Yeah. That's what they've been pushing.
All right.
Man, if I'm an Auburn fan, dude, I'm just really focusing on college basketball and even baseball at this point because I don't know what the future looks like at Auburn, dude. It is the worst as a football fan. They are in the most unenviable position where you have no belief in your coach, but realistically, you cannot move on from that guy. He's a guy that never should have been chosen in the first place, probably.
Yeah.
And
not that he's a bad coach.
No.
Just the fit for where, if you were talking Harsin at Nebraska, I'd be like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Brian Harsin, Nebraska, he won a lot of games at Boise.
Yeah.
But just the fit for Auburn, the way he recruits and his kind of recruiting chart, just it's hard to match up with who he's got to face week in and week out. Again, I think he'll be somewhere after this where he's successful. But then they tried to force coaches upon him. I hate that. Oh my! Hey, you've never coached in this league. You've won a lot of games. There's a reason you got this job, but you have to hire him because they've been in the SEC. That doesn't matter. Nick Saban had never been in the SEC before he got to LSU. Wins a national championship. He's won a bazillion of them at Alabama. If you're a coach that can coach, doesn't really matter that you don't have experience in that league. And we all get caught in that trap of saying, well, he's hired Mason, he hires Bobo. That's bad hires. They didn't fit the identity of who he was. It was toxic. They all hated each other.
So the hiring process was fraught, like Jake said. Like the parameters to find the coach, parameters put on the coach, and I believe the AD's gone now, right?
From where?
From Auburn. Didn't the AD who hired Harsin leave? Am I wrong here?
I don't know.
Let me look this up. We talked about on Snaps, which you should listen to, and then listen to Off Campus on Sirius XM 84 right after that. Snaps on the Volume Sports YouTube channel. My father, Colin, now sitting down with Joe Burrow weekly. We love to see it.
Yeah, no beards, frontward tat all show.
Yeah. I know.
USC fight on.
I said a trimmed beard. I didn't say no beard. I said a trimmed beard.
But Colin.
That's what I'm going to spring on him one time. Finally, when I get him on, is going to get. We got to get Molnaro on there. Okay, what else do we have, Jake? Any other game?
Okay, so here's 2 games that I'm going to be paying attention to.
Okay, yes. 16 hours ago, Auburn named Rich McGlynn their interim AD. Okay. So the AD that hired Harsin is even out.
Okay, yeah, but not good.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so 2 games. They're not ranked on ranked, not a ranked game, but one of the teams is ranked in both these matchups. Texas Tech traveling to number 16 NC State. Texas Tech 2-0, NC State 2-0. That's a 10-point spread. Texas Tech, big win over Houston last week. Yeah. That's going to be a hell of a football game, and that is at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. And then later in the night, a game that T-Bob's going to be paying attention to on Fox at 9:30.
Yep.
Number 7 USC versus Fresno State.
It's a big boy. Can you stop Jake Haener? That's the question. I am going to put my money where my mouth is, and although I don't feel great about this, I'm going to take USC to cover the 12.5 or whatever the number ends up being. And I bet you I'm going to be heavily with the public in that, and we will probably get burned.
74 over-under in that game.
I'm not playing that. I don't like over-unders. I just don't. I'm not good at them. They stress me out. I don't know. I will not be touching that. But I do think USC's offense is awesome, really because of the offensive line. I think the defense sucks. I think Fresno's offense is awesome. Can the defense do enough? We'll see. We will see. All right, when we get back, let's do a little Ask the Bench.
OTB, OT.
Go to GEAUXroof.com, GEAUXroof.com. Yeah, don't worry, guys. A little early Ask the Bench coming here. Go Roof, 927-8300 is number, 927-8300. And I want you to go Roof, where when you work with them, you're going to see that you get a beautiful new roof every single time. Are you shingling me? That's awesome. So go call them up. Get that free professional estimate. Very easy to set up a time. You start to get an idea of what it's like to work with them. Once the work begins, everybody's licensed, bond insured, of course. But then after the work is done, they want you to have belief in the fixes, belief in the services. And so they offer a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of that manufacturer warranty. Peace of mind before, during, and after. Free professional estimate. And look, if insurance doesn't cover the job for whatever reason and you need monthly payment options to help you make it work, they just want to make sure that it works for you. Go Roof, 978-300.
This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out neworleans.com and come visit New Orleans. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt and Hill. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning.
For a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill, Luke Johnson of The Advocate on the Saints, Jenna Lane of ESPN on the Bucks, and we start diving into Mississippi State. Hunt and Hill, 1 to 3 weekdays on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTV OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yeah! Those are the weekend vibes we're looking for right there.
Is that for the
boys.
Chargers, those bolts back there? Bolt up. Let's go.
I'm going Chargers money line.
All right, let's go.
My
Ride.
nipples are hard. I'm feeling excited. Let's do a little Ask the Bench.
Okay. Oh, that was weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Who would win in a wrestling match, a leg wrestling match, Jake or T-Bob? Those legs carried Jake to 7 years in the NFL and chased down Devin Hester. I'm not going there. I'll give that to Jake. Ask the Bench. Who would win a thumb wrestling match, Mario or Danny? Probably Danny. I don't know that. Ask the Bench. How much will Emory being back factor into solidifying the structure of the O-line as it pertains to who goes where? I don't think he affects the O-line. I mean, my question is, how much work can the O-line do for these backs? We will see. Ask the Bench. What are you afraid of? I'm terrified of drowning. I'm scared of my daughter's driving one day. I've had an irrational fear lately of choking on food. To the point where when I eat alone, I get very nervous sometimes. It's very odd.
That is crazy.
It's so bad. I literally almost was panicking last Saturday eating chicken wings in my office alone. To the point where I was starting to spit them out. Weird. And then I stopped. I know. Very odd.
You tell so many stories like this, and I'm surprised you've never had a moment like on air, or at least not one that I've seen.
I've had many. I just keep them under wraps. Okay. And tell myself, you're either going to die on the mic, or you're just going to accept that your brain's being irrational and you're going to be fine.
Oh, man. God. I'm God-fearing, so I don't fear anything, T-Bob.
You fear God?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm a little afraid of Julio Jones on Sunday.
Hey,
not gonna lie.
DeAndre Hopkins when he's getting in with D'Angelo Hall.
Wait, what? I didn't see that.
Oh, I'll show you after the show.
Okay, hell yeah.
I fear God, son. I fear God.
I fear you.
Yep.
I fear Cortland Finnegan. That was Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
Ask the bench. Favorite memory of playing at LSU?
My favorite memory isn't a play necessarily. It's when we were lining up to go score the winning touchdown against Florida in 07. Flynn comes in the huddle, says, "You know what the play is, line up and go score." Didn't call a play. And to think about that now, we had motion on that play. I mean, you didn't even call a play. We knew what side we were going to run it to.
Yeah.
It's epic. It's not a great idea, but it's epic, and that's my favorite moment because that's how close that team was.
I just liked scoring touchdowns.
And predictable. We were.
I liked scoring touchdowns by the student section. That was always the most fun.
I
You felt like a god. You felt like a Roman gladiator.
I loved the south end zone moment of Florida, but can you imagine if it would have been in the north end zone?
I know. I know. It would have been legendary, dude. Hashtag Ask the Bench with the Scooncha Fall in the air. When are the OTB hoodies coming? Danny.
I still got t-shirts if you're interested in buying t-shirts.
We got t-shirts. The hoodies are amazing looking. They're just expensive as hell. Ask the bench. If T-Bob challenged Jake to a duel, what would the weapons and outcome be? Well, he's pinning a weapon. He's probably a better shot. I'm going to say I'm probably a better sword fighter. I said it.
Yeah, for sure.
Put it out
Than
there.
anybody in here.
Okay.
You own one.
I've practiced a lot of sword fights.
OTB, OT.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
As a community bank, B1 Bank invests in relationships with the people and businesses we proudly represent. Our B1 bankers are here to help simplify the complicated, understand your needs, and make managing your finances easier. At B1 Bank, we offer an array of solutions to help simplify your transaction needs. B1 Bank, one highly personal banking experience. Visit us online at b1bank.com for more information.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born